Welcome in to Ranimal Media. How you guys doing today? We're gonna be following a police car chase. Let's go. Hope you guys are all having a good day today. Welcome in to Ranimal Media.
David, we were up over Knott's Berry Farm, looked out the window, and what do you have? Another pursuit. This is eastbound 91 freeway, just past the 5 freeway.
Welcome in,
Unclear which
everybody.
agency
Welcome in.
is pursuing this vehicle. Right now,
Welcome
he's
into
going so fast,
Ranimal
there's
Media.
nobody right behind him, but very erratic driving.
Make sure you guys grab a cup of
freeway.
coffee.
It's a black Honda Civic. The driver's side window rolled down. Apparently,
You smoke,
this was
grab
an
yourself
attempted
smoke.
traffic stop. As I mentioned, unclear which agency and who
Come
is
hang
pursuing
out and
here.
watch
If
Ranimal Media
still in
with the
pursuit,
Ranimal.
but what you can see here is that the driving is very dangerous, very erratic and aggressive tactics as he tries to thread.
We're watching a crazy stolen car police chase, everybody.
You can see some front end damage on that bumper, now turning left onto Huntington Avenue, just south of the 91 freeway.
Hope you guys are all having a good day.
Residential street, doing about 60 miles per hour down a residential street just east of Maple Street. So Huntington Avenue and Maple Street just coming up on Maple, making a right turn now, slowing down just a little bit, zigzagging his way again through this residential neighborhood with nobody right behind him, but making random turns nonetheless here at a pretty high rate of speed and not really stopping for any of these stop signs. Looks like he's pulling over and maybe thinking about dumping the vehicle. There goes the driver's side door opening
Craziness.
up. And he is either going to walk or run away here. He dropped his phone and now maybe getting in the vehicle. We'll see here. It looks like he's very, very agitated, in a rush to get away from
He's
that
hopping
vehicle.
around.
Getting in a pickup truck. We'll see if he. Okay, yeah, he does not. He does. I was going to say maybe he happens. Yeah, he's breaking into the pickup truck.
Crazy.
Right, so he's getting back in that original car. Almost for
Not
a
getting
second,
in that
looked like
one.
he was intentionally getting in that pickup truck as if he also had the keys, but obviously was trying to break in there, now choosing to get away in that original pursuit vehicle. I can tell you that Anaheim PD's helicopter is overhead here. They have eyes on it. They are probably streaming ABC7 as we speak as well, and you can see now getting back onto Falmouth Avenue at a high rate of speed after failing to take over that pickup truck back in that original Honda Civic as he tries to hide out somewhere in this neighborhood. Unclear whether he's going to get back on the freeway here, but he's almost doing a complete circle as he's basically come out the other side of this neighborhood. So heading northbound now on Catalpa Avenue into oncoming lanes of traffic. Some wild turns here. They have to get some ground units into this area because the driving, as I see it, is just way too dangerous to let this go on much further, nonetheless, in the middle of rush hour.
Right. No, thought it went. There we go. Welcome into Ranimal Media, everybody.
You've got to wonder
We're watching
right
a
off
crazy
the bat whether this
stolen
vehicle
police
belongs to
chase.
him. It just doesn't make sense that he would just dump the vehicle for no other
Vehicle
reason
police chase,
except
everybody.
for maybe the possibility of the fact that it might be running out of gas. So if the gas is low, and if it's a stolen car, that would have made a lot of sense. Now he's
Welcome
parking
into
in that
Ranimal
parking spot
Media.
once again. Clearly, really trying to get rid of this vehicle and now running through this subdivision here. We'll try and get across here. It looks like it's going to be North Schooner Lane as he runs through these townhomes in Anaheim. We'll try and get, if we widen out, we'll see. Okay, let's stay on him. Stay on him right here. He's just running around this building here. Looks like he's coming up on another couple of cars parked here, a van and a small red compact car. Looks like he's trying to break in to the van. He found
He's getting in the van, guys.
door in that white van. And now you can see the black and whites pulling up right behind
you're
him.
busted.
He's blocked in. He's inside the car, likely trying to hotwire it at this point. And you can see they have lit him up. And basically blocked him in. If he tries to back out, it could get ugly. But in any event, officers now with
Good.
their guns drawn, squarely they have their eyes on him. They're just waiting for backup at this point, and obviously trying to
Dog, big
march
guy.
some orders at him.
Where's
hoping he gets out of the
FBI?
vehicle. Let's try and come around the
Well,
other
those
side
are the
if we
police.
can. If it's, oh,
Same
I'm
difference.
sorry, yeah,
Bruce,
we're actually
you're
on
under
the north
arrest.
side of the Disneyland TFR.
Welcome
so we
in
actually
to
are gonna be
Ranimal
forced to
Media,
hold
everybody.
This position right here. Unfortunately,
We're changing
you
it
can't
up.
see the driver's side
We're watching a
of that
police
white
chase.
van. But again, if you're just tuning in, there is a pursuit driver that is just look at this! Look at this! Ramming into the front of that black and white. That is
Smart,
Fullerton
not
police.
smart.
Fullerton police now trying to block him in as
That's
he
crazy, everybody.
reverse.
Check this out.
He's going up and down, trying to. Well, he has nowhere to go here. He's really trying to ram that car.
He wants
out
to
of
get
his
shot.
way as he is now stuck in that parking spot. There's really nowhere for him to go. He's got a fence in front of him. Look at this. Look at violently into reverse, ramming right into that Fullerton Police Department vehicle.
He's lucky they don't shoot him.
That's right.
That is right.
Yes.
Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media.
This is very
I appreciate
dangerous.
you guys for hanging out and stopping by.
That officer has no choice but to use force if his life is in danger, but he is waiting for backup, and at this point really has very few options available to him. Here's another officer on the suspect's right rear flank. So now two officers, not sure if they both came from that same patrol car.
Crazy, guys.
I only see those two officers on foot, and he is just going back and forth. Now he's created some room to escape here, and he's going to probably try and ram in again or do a 4-point turn and turn it around. He's got to turn it all the way around without hitting that tree.
Oh,
and
he hit
may
that
have
sign.
a couple minutes to do it here because what else can those officers do? They really don't have many
Well,
options.
here comes more officers.
Here comes the backup. Here comes backup. Head to head. This is dangerous. Look
Uh-oh.
at this. A head-on situation almost with that patrol car.
And she gone.
Officers out of the vehicle, and now he's racing through the subdivision as more officers
That's
race
crazy,
into
everybody.
this neighborhood. Look at this. What is he going to do here? Around all of those black and whites, those are two Fullerton police officers that are now going to try and turn around with him. Look at this.
He's getting some Dukes of Hazzard stuff.
He is now back
Ooh.
on Coronet Avenue.
How'd he escape? How'd he get out of that?
Four separate black
He
and
was
whites
pinned in.
who were just pulling into the neighborhood to try and help that original
Crazy.
officer after a wild scene in that parking lot. We now have
Well, they'll
a
have something to
brand new
tell
pursuit
themselves.
on our hands here as he has
The
carjacked
coffee,
this vehicle and now
coffee room.
racing down Coronet Avenue at Maple Street once again. A dangerous
Welcome in, everybody.
situation on the
Welcome
hands
into
of Fullerton
Ranimal
Police.
Media. Viewer discretion is advised. I appreciate it. Everyone stopped by to watch this video with me. Wow. Look how he corners the. He's getting away.
That's
Not
right.
even,
And
not
anybody
even his
who is
van.
willing to
Uh-oh.
engage with those
Get away,
cops
get away.
like
He's
that,
coming through.
Attempted assault on. Look at this, ramming past all of this traffic here.
Aren't
as
you
he
guys?
tries to get back on the freeway.
Those
It looks
guys
like
are
he's trying to
ticked.
get back on the
They're gonna
91
be so
freeway.
mad.
He sideswiped two separate cars to
That's
get
a
to that
stolen
red
car.
light,
There's
getting
no
back onto
insurance
the
that's gonna
91
fix that.
freeway.
That was a
Surely CHP
BMW
is
and I
being
think a
called in
Porsche.
here as Fullerton Police really has
I'm
their
not
hands
sure.
tied. Many of those officers, I have not seen them get much closer to him, and now he is on the westbound side
Crazy.
of the 91 freeway. As I was about to say, anybody who is that reckless and willing to put
Drive it
themselves
like
in
you
that
stole it.
position where they are face to face with those officers, it is a desperate.
Don't drive
suspect
like
behind
that.
the wheel.
I don't want to be part of your accident.
Obviously, very, very
I
dangerous.
appreciate it, everybody. Smash that like. Get that thumbs up going.
Getting onto the 5.
I appreciate it.
And he just has no regard. He has no problem
Let me know
ramming
where
into
you guys are
anybody at
watching this from.
point or sideswiping any vehicle that's in his way. So I think we are about to see some really dangerous, well, very very precarious situation here for every motorist who you see in this frame. Again, westbound side of the 91 freeway has now
He is
transitioned
flying.
to the southbound 5 free. I'm sorry,
You just see him
the
past the other
northbound
van.
5 freeway.
He
He
just
is now
zoomed
northbound
him.
on the 5 freeway, where traffic, I've got to tell you, is relatively light for as far as I could see out the window from up here at Air 7 HD. Very little traffic in his way. I can
Don't drive
only
like that,
imagine,
people. I don't want
as
to be
you
part
are
of your
wondering too,
accident.
David, that I can
No
only
way.
imagine that CHP has been requested to take this over, because you've got Anaheim PD, who's pretty much out of pocket. They do have their airship in the area, but Fullerton PD is now out of their jurisdiction. Now he's getting off at Beach Boulevard. So getting off at Beach Boulevard, onto Beach Boulevard. Oh,
Hey, look at him buck.
Look at that, fishtailing as he came off the freeway there onto Beach Boulevard.
Who knows what's in the back of that thing? He just stole it.
As he continues northbound at a high rate of speed.
Hope you guys are having a good day
Traffic
today.
on this street here as he makes a wild
Welcome
right
into
turn
Ranimal
into
Media.
oncoming lanes of traffic. There's Anaheim PD's helicopter. They are
PD
directly
chopper.
over him, likely calling out for CHP. But right now, ever since he took
Welcome
this
in
vehicle
to
out of that
Ranimal
parking lot,
Media.
we have not
Ranimal
seen any
Media.
ground units
It's here
engaged
for
with this
you.
suspect yet.
I appreciate you guys. Uh-oh. Coming through, coming through, coming through, coming through. He plays this like a video game. Some Grand Theft Auto Saints Row stuff, everybody. Viewer discretion is advised. On the way. I just got done doing a live on the new story that's happening in the world. If you guys want, you can go check that out.
Very fearful, very agitated
And then I
driver
decided
behind
to
the
take a
wheel here. It
break,
all started
eat some
as
dinner.
a failed traffic stop, refusing to pull over. He
We
was
got
in
some
a
new
black
coffee.
Honda Civic when it all started.
Now
and
we're
it
checking
appeared
this
we saw
video
him on
out.
several occasions try and dump that vehicle,
This
and
is an
now
older
he has
police
taken
chase,
over a
but
white
we're gonna
van.
look at
It's
it
a
like it's
GMC
brand new
van.
and it's happening
Almost
right
looks like a
now,
work
because
van
it did
that was
happen at
parked in
one
those
point in
townhomes.
time.
Now on Artesia Boulevard, as CHP tries to get in here
Viewer
and race
discretion
up
is
Artesia
advised.
to catch up with the suspect.
I
But
appreciate
once
it,
again,
everybody.
no black and whites
Thanks for
in
hanging out
sight,
with
as
Ranimal.
he is breaking every rule of the road and showing no
This
regard
guy's
for anybody's
flying.
safety here, just ramming into vehicles whenever he sees anybody in his
Help
way.
Ranimal grow this
Sideswiped
community.
two separate vehicles
Make sure you
getting
guys
off the
share this
91
video
freeway.
out.
Lost
I
control
do
of the
appreciate
Boulevard,
it.
as you said, David, he fishtailed off of the freeway there, almost lost control actually, and is now regained control on a much light,
He's already rammed through some cars.
here. This is Artesia
He's hit a
Boulevard,
few of
where you
them.
can see once again he's got much of the road all to himself here.
He just stole this van a little while ago. It's crazy. And he was in a black car. And he was pinned in by the police. And then somehow he rammed his way out of the being pinned down. Now he's driving like a maniac. He knows the shortcuts. He's gonna get a big D tattoo in
He is
jail.
just bound to lose control of this vehicle. You could tell with every turn, he's barely braking. He's taking all of these turns way too fast. A very top-heavy vehicle that he is showing very limited capability of controlling. There are some black and whites a ways back, but they are having trouble catching up. They are not competing with him with these dangerous
Yeah, you
tactics that
can't
we're
race
seeing
him.
here. He is driving very
He's
dangerously,
going
but they've got to
fast.
figure something out, because
70.
this is the same driving that we were seeing when he was in a small little black Honda Civic. We were very easily able to spot him on the freeway. Look at
Uh-oh, watch this, watch this coming through. That black truck's smart. He knows he don't want no part of that.
He just tries to use the
That black truck's so lucky.
through here. Looks like he's gotten through that light there.
He's so
here
lucky.
on Valley View Avenue.
He was gonna ram
As I
through
was
there.
mentioning, it was very easy to spot him on the freeway originally because the driving was so erratic. And again, throughout this pursuit, except for when he stole this vehicle, he has had really nobody behind him. He's just driving like a madman through the street.
This helicopter's following him.
Now here on Valley View Avenue at
You can't
Alondra
miss him. He
Boulevard.
has the air
Through
conditioning
the green
unit
light
on the
here
top of
with
the
a
car,
little more
the
traffic in
van.
his way, and we'll see what he attempts to do here. But I've got to believe that Honda was running out of fuel. You saw some front-end damage. He obviously had been in some collisions with that car, and we already have witnessed several collisions with this car. Not to mention that wild scene in the parking lot. If you missed it, I hope we can
That
pull
was
back some of that
crazy.
video where he was ramming that black and white, that lone Fullerton police officer who was just trying to block the parking spot with his gun
Welcome
drawn.
into Ranimal
Rammed
Media,
that
everybody.
black and white out of the way, and the pursuit is on once again. But right now, as we've been saying, no law enforcement able to keep
there's
up
a
with
train.
him just yet. Over.
He knows all the shortcuts. There's a McDonald's.
Over the median into
The
oncoming
shortcut.
lanes of traffic through a parking lot here. He's going to come out on Rosecrans Avenue, going the wrong way on Rosecrans.
Shortcut,
Wrong way
everybody,
onto
shortcut.
Rosecrans. It's a median.
He's
gonna have to
showing you
jump the-
guys all the
oh, my goodness,
shortcuts.
Look at this. He's going to probably shift over to the correct lanes here. But he
Yeah.
had nowhere to go there. Didn't jump the median. Just went the wrong way. Is now on the westbound side of Rosecrans Avenue, heading back towards the freeway. He's going to come up on the 5 freeway, approaching Norwalk.
You guys are all having a good day out there.
Continues in the westbound direction here. Looks like another.
Let me know where you guys are
crazy
watching
turn
from.
There onto a surface street, into a parking spot for no reason whatsoever. Just went right over the curb there. I mean, there really wasn't anybody in his way. I'm not even sure what's going
That
through
was a
this guy's
shortcut.
mind. This is just
He's
very
unlocking shortcuts in his video game.
Impossible to set up for a spike. Look at this.
Well, that was probably not smart.
Off-roading,
Shouldn't have been doing
trying to get
that.
around traffic. Yeah, almost
Good way to get stuck.
Look at this, fishtailing through the parking lot,
Whee!
drifting through an empty warehouse parking lot, back onto Marquette Avenue.
Where he's going, there
He's
are
having
no
a lot of
roads.
trouble with this vehicle, guys.
Make sure you smash that thumbs up. I appreciate it, everybody.
Absolutely not. Yeah, not composed at all. It looks like he might even have a flat tire. Look at this. There are pieces. Oh, he's lost his tire. He's on his rim. He's on that left
Sorry
rear
about that,
tire
everybody.
is almost down to, I don't know if there's any tread left, but he's looks like he's got some sparks coming off occasionally. You saw some of that rubber flying off, and now he's going to have even more trouble maintaining control.
Sorry, he
of this
wasn't
vehicle
using
as
it.
he continues northbound on Marquette Avenue. Right along the wash here, there's a golf course.
Oh, there's a
off of
police
the
officer
nose,
behind
but
him.
we are in a
Oh, he's
commercial
sparking.
area. It's going to turn into a more
Viewer
residential
discretion
street if he
is
continues.
advised
But there
on
is a
Ranimal
black and
Media.
white now behind him. Code 3
I
with
appreciate
lights and sirens on,
everyone for watching.
about maybe 50 feet back. Let's go
You
ahead
guys
right now
rock.
and see which agency that is that's behind him. That looks like the maybe still Fullerton. It's Fullerton
F-17.
PD. Fullerton PD back in pursuit, guys.
Let me know what you guys think about this police chase in the comments below. I appreciate it, everybody.
We're in the Norwalk area, I think, now as he comes up. Well, no, he's not in Norwalk yet, but look at this. He's going through that gas station without any tire on that
Oh,
left,
watch out, he's getting
right,
through.
that left rear wheel. Almost struck
Look,
several
that was
vehicles
precision.
there. A miracle nobody's gotten hurt yet, but you can see
He's definitely
going to
get a big D tattoo when he goes to prison.
Lots of traffic ramming into all of these cars here. Again, this is northbound Carmenita Road now, and
Uh-oh, now that was
it's not moving. He's
funny.
stuck. Now he's stuck. It looked like he's stuck.
Uh-oh. Freeze! Freeze! Get out! Freeze! Look at him throw the sparks at the officer. That's crazy,
Sparks
everyone.
flying, and that patrol
That's crazy.
officer right there has to treat this with kid glove care.
That's
And
crazy.
likely gonna have to step away from his
Wow.
vehicle, 'cause we already
You
seen
guys
him,
see that? Smash that like.
Put it in reverse once and ram into that other patrol car.
Please,
Right
thank
now he's
you.
trying to go forward, and he's
I
not
do
going
appreciate it.
anywhere at all.
Look
It
at
looks
that.
like the van is now stuck.
He's ruining
Yeah,
the road.
This is likely to start a fire. You can see those rims are starting to glow.
Yeah, who knows what's in the back of that van.
There's certainly more on the way over here. Right now,
That's crazy, everybody. Look at that. Breaking news, breaking news. This guy's trying to light up his van. Stolen van.
Road, and he is now stranded here We'll see how this
Stolen
officer
pursuit
deals
driver,
with this.
everybody.
He's likely just going to wait for backup, and right now it doesn't
That's
appear
cool.
as though that van is going anywhere. He's probably not aware.
he's turning the wheel. Gotta go this way. Gotta go this way. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
That's right.
Now what are you gonna do?
You've got to wonder if he's thinking about getting out of this van and trying to hijack another one. You've got to at least wonder whether that's going through his mind. He's probably not aware. Well, now he's aware.
Or the engine's on fire or something.
His wheel's on fire, but certainly he's aware of the fire under the hood. More pieces flying out there as this vehicle is starting to come apart.
Whoa, check that out, everybody. The police officer's way in the back, pointing his gun over my head.
I'm thinking it came from the
Welcome into Ranimal Media.
Where else would that smoke be coming from? But I don't think any
Glad you guys found me.
yet, so that probably is not
Come hang out with Ranimal.
That wheel, that left rear wheel, is also creating some.
Check that out. There's fire now.
Come from the rear, but now I've got to wonder.
Fire alert! Breaking news.
Is just
Fire alert!
And that's what's producing the smoke here. Not sure, but in any event, it has overheated. And it looks like the vehicle is now disabled.
Stolen police van. Not getting insurance.
So some backup from CHP.
There's no insurance from the stolen driver. Oh, he's out. He's running. He's out. He's running. He's running. Run. Run, 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 run. Run faster. Run faster. Run faster. Pull your pants up. Hope you get your pants pulled up.
We've seen this person
have a belt on.
Desperate attempts to hijack other vehicles. We will see what he decides to do here. Lots of folks.
Oh boy. Viewer discretion is advised. Let the police dog at him.
He's going to start running out of steam.
Send the K9 on him.
See if this ends in a foot pursuit, because I think they are pursuing him on foot, but I can't confirm.
Taser him. Ooh, there's a police officer. Oh, he's like a block away. He's gone. Oh, look at, there's people there. There's people there with a dog. A lady with a dog. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he went into her yard. He went into her yard. A guy with a dog. A lady with a dog. Breaking news, everybody. Viewer discretion is advised.
Jumping fences. He's jumping fences.
High-speed pursuit case. Stolen vehicle driver.
Little dog, small dog.
Oh boy. Viewer discretion is advised. This is an older video, but we're taking it and watching it as it's brand new happening right now. It did happen at one time in life, live, so we're watching it as it's live. That's what we do on Ranimal Media. I appreciate you guys for hanging out, joining me. Oh, he's in that. He's in the house. 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 There's people up front, and the dogs are in the back. He's in that house. Everyone, there could be people in there. There is people. Oh my God, there's people in there.
Completely unaware. Yeah, he's on the other side of the building. I don't think he has any clue.
Viewer discretion is advised. This guy's crazy.
Here comes somebody running out the front. Look at this. Look at this, a confrontation.
The bad guy's in the black.
And now we're going to come around the front here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this.
Where is he?
He's in the truck.
He just got in the truck.
He's in the truck.
He's got a black.
There's a dog under that truck. Oh my goodness.
He's wearing a black. He just ran that lady over.
Oh my goodness.
He just ran that lady over, everybody. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is incredible.
He just bumped her out of the way. He just stole their vehicle, his work truck. He just went through their house and stole a vehicle.
They are going to have to get creative here because this person...
Oh boy. And he's ruining it, and he just scratched it. That's somebody's work truck that has work logos and stuff on it.
And now he's, I believe, westbound on Leffingwell Road. I want to say westbound. Is that?
And those cops are in the other lane, and he's waving to them. Bye. I'm getting a tattoo from Big D.
Any idea where we are here? If you are looking at us, you need to stay inside.
Wow, guys, I do not want you guys to drive like that. Don't break the laws. I don't want to be a part of your accident. Whatever you do, do not drink and drive.
towards the
Oh,
freeway
heck no.
once again. We may find ourselves back on
I don't
the
want to be
freeway.
part of your
Look at
accident.
him, a little bit of
Ranimal does
traffic,
not
and once
condone
again,
that
right
crap.
through another gas station. This is just incredible. This is the third vehicle that he's
7-Eleven.
stolen today.
Yep, third vehicle this homie's stolen today. He gonna get a tattoo from Big D. He's got so many points on his video game now. Big D's gonna give him a tattoo on the shoulder. Maybe he'd get one on the back. He does a real good job. The better job you do, the more you get up in your career, the bigger tattoo you get.
They're gonna have to catch up with him once again. They're gonna have
to get the most perfect tattoo, it takes a year, or not a year, a lifetime of commitment and crime. Eventually, you build up to a full tattoo from Big D.
No way at this point that he is willing to give up. And
Big D's that guy in jail.
Running up that block, he's now
when you do these car chases or you steal a car, you're working for Big D.
I mean, we don't even know. I mean, there could be a full tank
And that's
in that
just
truck,
his
so
name.
he may have a whole new fresh tank.
We don't know who he is.
As he now travels down Mayor Road at
He might not even be in prison. He's just kingpin of all the car stealing people. He's the Heisenberg. These guys all work with him and for him. They want to be like him. Yes, sir. That's just how it is. Crazy stuff. Well, in prison, he'll get to hang out with Bullet and Tyrone. He'll enjoy that.
Not to mention, he almost took out at least one person in that driveway and a dog that was underneath as
Yeah,
well.
he definitely bumped that lady out of the way.
Okay back there, but now we have to follow this until the end here because the sun is going down and still
welcome into Ranimal Media.
Of law enforcement, within sight
I appreciate
here. So
you guys watching the video with me and hanging out.
Keep the camera on him and hope that
this is the third vehicle that's purpose stolen. He's guilty until proven innocent by whoever thinks he's innocent. I sure do not.
I mean, I just hope nobody is out walking this neighborhood because this person
guy's freaking crazy. He went into people's houses and stole their vehicle. But that's some crazy stuff. So hotwire that in seconds. He's a pro. Aloe water. Mix it up with the coffee a little bit. Ranimal drinks too much coffee.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Oh.
Over the median again, going the wrong way.
He's got shortcuts.
Wrong way on Florence Avenue. Going the wrong way.
Here's how he racks up the points.
Traffic down Florence Avenue, and look at this coming up on another major intersection. A left turn northbound on Painter Avenue. To answer your question, David,
threads the needle.
That original van, I think he hotwired. I have to believe that the keys in this truck were already inside the vehicle because he just ran away with.
Don't leave your keys inside a vehicle.
He, as you mentioned, is a really gifted car thief.
That's what I said. He works with Big D.
Major felonies that we have witnessed here this
He's a
evening,
pro.
and now,
look at him go. Smash that thumbs up button, everybody. Share my videos out. Ranimal needs to grow this community. I do appreciate it.
No problem going the wrong
Thank you
way
guys.
against traffic, 75 miles per hour on Los Nietos Road and Shoemaker Avenue.
Los Nietos Road.
Very
Shoemaker. They make shoes.
Wouldn't matter anyways, because when there is traffic, he just seems
Sure
to
do.
ram into everybody in his way.
Yeah, he just rams on everyone's way, so don't get in his way.
Maybe they can get some more officers into the area.
He has a code for that too. See, watch what happens. Watch. Watch.
Triangulate in front of him. Very difficult because he's not, driving in any kind of a pattern. A spike strip, obviously.
They got lucky.
Some cross traffic there through the red light.
Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media.
as he continues northbound here. Only a couple lanes to play with, maybe only one lane. I can't really
About
tell.
70
But
miles an hour.
he's continuing at a
80
high rate
miles
speed
an
around
hour.
that FedEx truck at about 70 to 80
Wow,
miles
guys.
per hour.
I usually don't try to drive that fast. My car don't go that fast. I drive a truck. My truck won't go that fast. Ranimal don't like tickets and points on his license. Oh, sirree Bob, he does not. Beep beep, coming through, beep beep. Alright guys, we're going this way. He's gonna get away. The cops don't even see him. He's just gonna go over here and hide. Nothing to see here, folks. Well, maybe. Maybe something to see here. He's driving like a moron again. Oh boy. Do not drive like this. I do not want to be part of your accident. Your insurance will not cover my vehicle. No. Nope. Don't do it. I don't want. Nose clean and follow Ranimal Media. I appreciate it, everybody. We're gonna go. There's no one in his way now.
It's unbelievable. I mean, he's on a
It
bona
doesn't.
fide
Oh,
crime
maybe
spree
that's
here.
why he's
We
not
can only
flying.
be thankful that it didn't appear that anybody
Oh,
in that
this
hole
is
was
dangerous.
hurt.
You can get stuck this way.
At the very least, we have to be thankful for that, but it'll be a miracle if it remains that way throughout the course of this.
Lucky that there's not heavy
Again,
traffic.
as you mentioned, in the third vehicle that we have seen him in today. Now, you're right. It's been about 25 minutes since this all started, I want to say. Is that right? About 25 minutes? Maybe, yeah, a little
about
bit closer
30.
to 40 minutes.
Half hour or so. Welcome in, everybody, to
he was
Ranimal
going
Media.
away from the freeway here on Slauson.
I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with Ranimal, watching these crazy videos. Means a lot to me.
He is on Sorensen
I'm
Avenue
Ranimal,
with a little
and it's
more
nice to meet
traffic in
you.
his way here, but he's heading back in the westbound direction here. So he was going eastbound Slauson, and for some reason, and he hasn't done this very often, but for some reason, he just turned around, very randomly turned around, back towards the freeway, and I wonder, my gut tells me he's looking for an entrance ramp. A close call there. Another residential street along Sorensen
he's
Avenue.
not lost.
That Anaheim PD ship still right over him. They have been relentless as well, staying right on
the
top
police
of him.
helicopter's not going to let him go.
To do that and call out his location for all of these.
They're doing circles around him.
LA County Sheriff is going to be getting involved here at some point. We are in Santa Fe Springs. In LA County Sheriff's jurisdiction. We've already seen several agencies, including Anaheim PD,
white pickup truck's the third vehicle he's stolen. He's stolen 3 vehicles in a row.
He has done a masterful job of evading authorities.
Somehow the cops haven't got him yet.
Of horror and havoc in Orange County and now back in LA.
He almost run a lady over. He went into some people's house. He went inside the house and out the other.
Trying to get to the freeway. Doesn't look like it. Just trying to maybe look for a spot to hide out, thinking this through. Maybe
he's definitely going to have a story to tell Big D when he gets in there.
Just looking for an opportunity to hide out, and you have to.
Oh, there's people outside right there.
You know, your thoughts right now are with everybody who lives in this neighborhood. That's
your
what
discretion is advised.
He is in a small little residential neighborhood here at Riesling and Wellsford. And if he decides to dump that vehicle once again, we already know what he's capable of. And so I just hope, I mean, the best place he could end up right now, quite frankly, guys, would be the freeway. If he gets on the freeway, it's a much more manageable and contained atmosphere. But once you get into these residential streets with a dangerous madman,
he destroyed that car. Look at it, it's all dented up.
We've already seen it, and you can see that night sun coming
That's that other guy's work truck he stole.
Angel One right overhead as he continues these random turns. That
some people over there are outside.
helicopter. So now 2 law enforcement
There's
helicopters
definitely people
following
outside
his
still.
each and every move. He's not going to get away, guys. They are going to get him off the road
It's
at all
a little
costs.
after
This is
8
not
p.m. on
going
the
to
East
come.
Coast for me. Let me know where you guys are watching from.
He's speeding up for sure.
Ooh,
He's back
he's
on
flying.
Sorensen.
Know what time it is and where you're watching from, everybody. I appreciate it.
Right. Well, the question becomes: look at this. He's full speed at the end of Sorensen.
Oh, we
into a
went to the
parking
mall.
lot, and I think this is a shopping center
He
at
wants to go.
this is the
Oh,
Marketplace
watch out for
Shopping
people.
Center at Magnolia Avenue in Hadley. Okay. People walking through this parking lot. He's slowing down a little bit at least, but he's weaving his way through this parking lot, a very busy parking lot, as he tries to look for an outlet. You have to wonder, he's very aware of that night sun coming from the helicopter, and I can only
Yeah, you
imagine
could
that
probably
that
go
night
in the
sun
building
is
and escape.
agitating him even more.
Maybe.
So at least we made it through there
Maybe
without
not.
any trouble. He's made his way through that parking lot.
You have to
now
know
back
not to
onto
get
Hadley
seen,
Street, where you can
how to
see
get out,
squarely
not
that
get
night
caught.
sun is on him. And hopefully that doesn't cause him to amp things up even more than they already are. But
Well,
as you mentioned, David,
we're not near the
we do
shopping mall
not
no
know
more,
what
wherever
the
that was.
original want was. It was an attempted traffic stop. He failed to pull over, failure to yield, but obviously there is much, much more to this story. And from the very beginning, I was questioning whether that original
Yeah, he's a
black Honda
professional
Civic,
getaway
even
driver is what
belonged
he
to him.
is.
And from what we're witnessing here, my bet is that
Oh,
was
he
likely
just
a stolen
smashed that
vehicle as
car
well.
all the
Again,
heck.
this is
That's
the third
a
vehicle
gray
we've seen him
one.
in
The gray
through
one, he just clipped
another
it.
major street here through the red light, continuing. I
He
think
just clipped it. I
northbound
seen
on
stuff
Hadley
fall
Street.
off of it. Ranimal watches this on a large, huge monitor TV screen. I try to see everything that I can if I can. Sometimes I'm wrong on what I see. But it looked like he nicked that car. That's crazy stuff. Welcome in to Ranimal Media. Seems like their shopper's having a little bit of a static issue. They'll be right back, don't worry. Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media. Thanks for stopping in, guys. I appreciate you guys watching with me. This is a crazy, crazy police chase. People standing outside on the sidewalks. There's people walking around. Oh, guy crossing the street.
Oh my goodness.
They have no idea this guy will run them
He's in
over.
front of a school,
He's
guys.
crazy.
He's in front of a school. Lots of people walking in front of this school.
Welcome into Ranimal Media. Just have like pools and stuff in their yard. That's cool. Watch out, he'll ram you out the way. You're going too slow.
David, he just sped past an elementary school with a whole bunch of people walking the street. Thankfully, he did not hit any of them. He is slowing down a little bit. I'm not sure what elementary school that was, quite frankly, but he's now on Beverly Boulevard at Haviland Avenue. And as the sun has set, obviously, you can see we are now in darkness as he continues the pursuit through these residential
it was about
streets.
daytime,
The
now it's
only
turning into
light
nighttime.
that we're working with is that night sun from
They
the
better not
LA
let him
County
get
Sheriff's
away.
Department. Looks like he's found himself in a dead end. He's at a dead end at the end of
Looks like that he's
Alta
backing up.
Avenue, putting it in reverse, and he's going to reverse
He's
his way
backing up.
back out of here.
Beep,
We'll
beep,
see if
beep,
there's
beep,
any
beep, beep.
black and whites waiting for him on the other side here. Well, let's widen out just a little bit, Rob. See what's waiting for him as he comes out the other end of Alta
Okay,
Avenue.
nothing's waiting for
Nobody.
him.
Nobody. There's nobody in his way here. He's going to
That's
continue
nuts,
back onto
everybody.
Beverly Boulevard, back onto Beverly Boulevard, southbound or westbound Beverly.
That's
Westbound
crazy.
Beverly Boulevard here in Santa Fe Springs, and
No
law
one was
enforcement
there.
in sight, guys. He is slowing down a little
Oh,
bit.
I see a punch
Yeah, go
bug.
ahead, Giovanna.
Oh, two of them. Herbie's back there. And Herbie's girlfriend. Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media.
I've got to be honest. I can't imagine them taking that tactic in this type of a situation. They have to swarm him. They have to swarm him and get him off the road at all costs. And by the way, if they were trying to bring down the temperature, they would not have that night sun on him. That night sun is very agitating. He is clearly
Yeah, I'd
aware
imagine
that
you could
law
see
enforcement
that.
is on him, even though there's nobody right
That thing
behind
would
him.
definitely be
This
annoying.
is a pursuit. As far as we are aware, they are still in
It'd be
pursuit mode,
like a
trying to make
UFO
their way
shining a
in
laser
here.
beam in your
And we
car.
just have to assume that they're just having a little trouble doing that.
Coordinating? No. The caption just says this guy's not that big of a deal. They know where he lives. They'll just wait till he goes home, or he sleeps, and they'll be waiting for him. By now, they've already got a search warrant. They're probably already in his house. When you do stupid stuff like this, the judge will sign off immediately. Why not? Doesn't hurt the judge. You're the one doing stupid stuff. This guy stole 3 cars. He was breaking and entering. He went into somebody's house, went on the other side through the house, and he stole this guy's truck from the house.
Yep, got it.
And they were trying to stop him, the people
Okay,
who live
guys,
there.
there is about 7 black and whites about a half a mile in front of him trying to cut him off at the end of Beverly Boulevard here. We'll see how this plays out, but they are trying to keep up with him, trying to move into position. Keeping up with him really is the wrong word. They're not really able to do that because he's driving so dangerously and so recklessly and occasionally at really high rates of speed. And when they do pull up behind him, he just jumps into the wrong lanes, going the wrong way into oncoming traffic. As he is right now, you see he's jumped those double yellow lines, going the wrong way down Beverly Boulevard just to
Builds
get
up his
around
nose
this
points
traffic.
doing
So
that.
they're taking a different tactic. They're trying to cut
Driving
him
on the
off
opposite
in
lane
front of
near
him.
missing
Very
cars.
difficult to predict where he's going to go, but at least they have the benefit of that helicopter calling out his location.
Whoa, whoa,
Here
whoa.
they come. Here they come
It's
at
a
Norwalk
cluster F
Boulevard.
up there.
About 7 black and whites at the major intersection, making a right turn on Norwalk, and there it is. Look at this. And now they're behind him.
The chase is
Pursuit
on.
again. Now on Norwalk Boulevard.
Oh, that's cool. There's a gold-looking car up there, gold color.
These are going to be LA County Sheriffs. That's correct. I think I counted at least 6. At least 6 that I saw.
Something miles an hour, about 90.
The only good news, guys, is that as far as I could tell, Workman Mill Road is going to turn into a much more commercial area, an industrial area. If he continues further north, there are some train tracks that could get him a little bit tied up if he continues.
He is
but in any
zooming.
event, you see he is now using that shoulder to get around this traffic. If the shoulder wasn't there, you could bet your bottom dollar he would just ram right through these cars if he had the opportunity. But in any event, those black and whites trying to keep up, but they can't do what he's doing. So
They can't do what he's doing.
He's got the helicopter right over him, and it's just a matter of time before this comes to another tipping point. Open road, especially this time of the night. On a weeknight, you can see some folks maybe going home, but for the most part, relatively light traffic on Workman Mill Road. Coming up on Peck, which is going to be a bit busier. So if he continues and makes a turn onto Peck Road, that'll be a different story. But
Peck
right
Road.
now, traveling at a high rate of speed, we'll throw that real-time speed
Welcome
tracker
into
back up, and
Ranimal
you can see
Media.
he's going much faster than everybody else. That is a much
Like, share,
slower.
and
Looks like he's slowing
subscribe.
down a little bit 'cause
I
he's
do
got some traffic
appreciate
there,
it.
but you saw him doing about 50 or 60 on this
After you
very
subscribe, make
narrow
sure you
road.
put the little bell
Once again,
notification
going
on,
around, a
so
little
you
bit of
guys get
traffic at
notified
Peck there,
when I
and
go
he's gonna
online
come
and make new
over,
videos.
the
I do
605.
appreciate
That
it.
is the 605 overpass. Still now,
I
actually, he's now
do
turned onto Peck.
appreciate
He's
it.
now on Peck Road, just
I'd like to
east
grow this
of the
community,
just west,
everybody.
rather, of the
I need
605.
your help. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Many, many thank yous. I do appreciate it.
.40. Yep.
Those people walking across that crosswalk.
I'm sorry, guys. We're just taking care of a little bit of housekeeping up here, and it looks like he's now getting on the freeway. He's now
I'm
on
rolling
the
a fine
60
cigar
freeway,
myself.
getting on from
Hope you
Peck
guys are
Road,
enjoying
and
yourselves.
now it's a whole different ball game.
Hope you're having a good day,
We
everybody.
can only cross our fingers and hope that he stays on the freeway, because that is going to take away at least some of the risk, although everybody on the freeway is certainly going to be in his path here of destruction, as we've seen this evening. CHP almost guaranteed to take this over at some point, but for now you can see those LA County Sheriff's officers managing to get on the freeway with him, but he's hugging that right lane. So he sees that traffic. This is all rush hour
Make sure you
traffic,
guys hug that
and
like
it
button.
looks like if that continues,
I appreciate
he may
it.
look to get back over to the right and get off the freeway. In any event, he's in the carpool lane now, so committed for the time being to the
Oh, he's gonna go.
eastbound 60
Oh,
freeway.
that black car ain't having none of it. He
And
says,
look at
I don't
this.
want no part of that.
Yeah, just weaving around.
That little black car's like, no. Offensive, defensive driving right there. Don't drive like this. I don't want to be a part of your accident.
You know, I'm already recalling similar situations, nothing quite like this, but different situations where we've seen attempted carjackings on the freeway. It jumps to mind only because of what we've seen today, but in any event, you're right, David. It is going to slow down a little more. The traffic is going to get
Have
heavier.
yourself a
You're going to
cigar.
see a few more brake
Get
lights
yourself
at
some
about
coffee
2
or a
miles
drink.
off the nose. Traffic is a little bit heavier on the westbound
Sit
side,
back and
but on
hang
the
out with
eastbound
Ranimal.
side, he's going to hit the brakes in about 2 miles. For the time being, those deputies are still in tow. They've fallen back a little bit, but right now, that driver has tunnel vision. He's got one mission, and he's just desperately trying to evade those deputies who have now fallen back even further. Every time he weaves through around another car in that carpool lane, they have to slow down because they are not driving the way he's driving, okay? They are staying back, trying to keep the public safe.
That makes
but now
sense.
they're in a position where they have to probably start calling in some units who are up ahead of him, like we've already seen back in Santa Fe Springs. So likely CHP setting up for a traffic break up ahead here. Maybe not quite yet, because that does take some time, but ultimately if he stays on the freeway, that's what we can expect to see. We can expect to see some tactics where they start to create traffic breaks behind him and traffic breaks ahead of him by blocking off those entrance ramps. And we'll see what they do with the exit ramps. But that all requires manpower and personnel, and we don't know what they have ready at their disposal.
He's getting through there.
In any event, those calls are going out now, and California Highway Patrol
He doesn't mess around when he drives.
LA County Sheriff's Department here as we continue.
He gets through there.
Pomona Freeway.
Some trucks now. He's just zooming. You don't need to see him coming up behind you. The guy's work truck does a heck of a job. It's lasted. That ladder stayed up there too. That hasn't destroyed this one like he did the van. He destroyed that van. He caught that thing on fire. That was some crazy stuff.
He's basically been gassing it and flooring it wherever he's had the opportunity. Now, this is concerning. He's now on the shoulder, but he's gotten all the way back over to the right. As I mentioned, that traffic that I was talking about, that's what you're looking at here. It's too much traffic for his liking, and I predict that he's going to take take one of these upcoming exit ramps here. So we'll look out for that as we try and come around the driver's side here in just a minute. But he is hugging that right lane, and I'm not exactly sure. This is going to be, let me just double check here. I think this is going to be.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to weave back and forth. There's no one in his way in that lane.
That might be Rose Hills Road, the next exit ramp here. In any event, he is committed. Look at this. He's actually moving over to the left, so maybe committing to the 60 here. I hope that's the case. But in any event, as you mentioned, Giovanni, he's just flooring it wherever he has the opportunity, just trying to create distance and space with those deputies behind him.
Good way to get yourself stuck.
Well, he certainly sees it. I don't think. Oh, there it is. There it is. He's off.
Traffic jam.
It's going to be Azusa Avenue, and he can make a left or a right. Oh, he's cutting that guy off, making a wild right turn there, and now southbound Azusa Avenue. Southbound Azusa Avenue. Too much traffic for him on the 60 freeway, and now the pursuit continues off the freeway onto surface streets. We'll see if the speeds continue as they have been, but looks like he may think that he's lost those units on the ground. Still see that night sun shining a light on him, but I don't see those deputies just yet. Not sure if they were able to get off the freeway with him. They're being directed to. I'm not sure if they're off the freeway yet. In any event, he's turned off of Azusa onto Colima Road. And you can just see all of these turns put him onto very highly trafficked areas for the most part because of the time of the day. It's literally the middle of rush hour
Yeah,
at
there's a
5:30
lot
on a Wednesday
of cars.
afternoon. And every turn he makes, he sees brake lights for the most part, and you can see folks just trying to get home without any idea what's coming up behind them. He's already ruined several people's day, but fortunately, at least
Sure
from what we
exactly
can
what it
tell,
was, but it
does
was a
not
nice one.
appear to be. That's a weed whacker that fell off the back of that truck, by the way. It appears to be a gardening truck, guys. There is a lot of landscaping equipment in the back.
He just lost all his stuff.
Excuse me, the bed of that.
The guy he stole that from,
pickup truck. Excuse me.
he just lost all
but
his
that
gear.
appeared to be a weed whacker that fell off there, and he's continuing at a high rate of speed, very dangerously.
That was his
weaving around
livelihood,
even the
guys.
very few cars that
That
there
guy
are
just went in this house and
residential
took his
neighborhood.
stuff.
He again has no problem ramming into
Took his
anybody in
car
his way, but he's
full of
trying to
his
avoid them.
gear, his work stuff. He's not getting any back unless he's got some kind of insurance that covers that. But the bad guy sure
it
don't.
appears to be a brand new truck. If you look, that appears to be paper plates that are flapping in the back there. So very likely a newer model it looks like a Chevy. It's a Chevy. Yeah, it's a Chevy pickup, and he's continuing now around this this person. But man, he is just. Oh, I just every time he gets into these residential neighborhoods, I worry for not only those cars in his way, but all of the people who live here. If he decides to do anything crazy, which he's already done a lot of crazy things, it could get so dangerous. That incident where he
Ranimal
ran
keeps
through that
yawning.
house could have
He has a
ended
lot of
in
coffee in him,
deadly
but he keeps
situation.
yawning.
There was
Crazy,
obviously a
everyone.
struggle there. I'm just grateful that from what we observed, nobody was hurt, but there's no guarantee
Ranimal ate
that
dinner
it's
when
going to
he
end
eats,
that
he
way.
gets
In any
sleepy.
event, he's continuing through
Must be
this
an old person
residential
thing.
suburb here. It's going to be, looks like Crosshaven Drive at Calle Madrid. If you live in this neighborhood or know anybody who lives in this neighborhood, you are urged to stay inside because this is a dangerous pursuit
What was
that
the
is
bump?
speeding through your neighborhood.
School zone, slow down. No, there's people standing right there. Or no, I lied. That's a red light. They look like people. The red light looks like people. Oh, they were standing out of place.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. All right, coming up on a red light here. He's on the wrong side of the road, northbound Fullerton. That's Colima. He can make a turn there, or if he continues north, that would put him back on the 60, but it looks like he's made a left turn onto Colima Road. Again, a lot more traffic on Colima as well as he makes that westbound turn. I still don't see anybody behind him. There are a few units a ways back, so they are behind him, but they're just a ways back,
You
maybe
got
several
himself
football
stuck.
fields back, as he comes up on another red light, trying to get around
You're
them.
lucky he
Lots of
didn't ruin your
cross-traffic here
car.
as he continues through that red light, and he's able to make it through. So Colima Road, westbound, is
Welcome
where
into
we
Ranimal
are.
Media.
The
Viewer
helicopter's still
discretion is
overhead,
advised.
and those sheriff's deputies trying desperately to catch up. We don't know that. That was a.
This is the third vehicle this guy's stolen.
That's what I have a feeling, but that means nothing. We have nothing to confirm that it was a stolen vehicle. Only to say that they tried to pull him over for some reason.
At least two vehicles that he's stolen.
Oh my goodness! Close call there onto the median, over the median, and now continuing after missing that cross
Black
traffic
car.
just
And
by
then he ended
hair,
up getting
just
out of
by
that and stole
hair.
a van.
Look at this.
And then he
Officers able
caught the van
to
on
shut
fire.
down that intersection.
And then
We'll
he
see if
stole
we
this
start to see that
this
happen
white
again
truck.
if he continues in the same direction, but there is now.
So he's stolen at least two vehicles.
An undercover vehicle at that intersection. Look at that. They're now cutting him off and shutting down these intersections ahead of him. It's a very hard thing to do, by the way. It's very good that they were able to do that for 2 intersections in a row. They can't continue that, but if they can continue to try and leapfrog his trajectory along Colima Road here, that will help things dramatically. It looks like they've got
Gonna do is try to stop the traffic so he gets clustered up.
Hills and Colima, so it's going to be another dangerous situation, but no cross traffic as those deputies have shut down the intersection, giving him a wide berth to speed through the red light, and now continuing westbound on Colima Road. But just the mere
Surprised they haven't figured out
shutting down
spike
the
strips.
freeway, it saves lives because it stops all of the traffic. Whatever the light traffic signal says, everybody comes to a stop, and this guy can just speed right through these intersections and not kill anybody. So he's continuing at 90 miles per hour on Colima here, and here come those black and whites. Now they're closing in on him.
Wee-oo. You're gonna be so under arrest in a little while, dude. Oh,
no, he
you're
is
gonna be
jumping
trouble.
from jurisdiction to jurisdiction.
He might get dog bit and tased at the same time.
We were in Roland Heights, and
Well,
now for the
one
first
than
time,
the other.
we're in Hacienda Heights, basically paralleling the 60 freeway. So
Make sure you guys smash that like
north
button.
of him is the 60
I do appreciate
freeway,
it.
So we're going westbound on Colima Road, and if he continues in this direction, he'll come up on the 605. So 605 off ahead of him, the 60 freeway off to his right, and those deputies clearly closing in on him, giving him a little bit less space. And if they have an opportunity, which they can't with all of this other traffic in their way, but if they have an opportunity, they will pit him. They will pit him and do whatever it takes to get him off the road.
If they get close enough
that
to
assumes
him.
that those officers are pit qualified.
Well, that assumes they get close enough to him. That can happen. Oh,
Losing control, up on the
he
curb,
just hit some
losing
stuff.
control, crashing into
He
another
just
car.
clipped that guy.
Into another car. And it looked like he was trying
Rubbing
to
his
evade that
racing.
deputy, and he was coming up
They're
right
trading
behind
paint.
him, and he took that aggressive action, jumping the curb, tearing off somebody else's bumper, just added to the
They
list,
weren't
guys,
using it.
But the pursuit now continuing on Colima through another intersection. Here's another red light. We'll see what he does here. More cross
Viewer
traffic
discretion
coming through,
is
and now a
advised,
southbound
everyone.
turn
This guy is
onto
crazy.
South Hacienda Boulevard. Presumably those deputies will make the turn with him and try and close in on him once again. There he is, just about maybe
The police guy looks like he's getting more aggressive.
back. If he slows down at all, they will close that gap, but every time they do that, he just basically speeds up.
Easy, crazy stuff. Don't drive like that.
It's exceptionally
I don't want to be a part of your accident.
We've seen situations where
No, never, ever, ever, never. No way, no how.
Factor is the fact that there's so many innocent people around.
Don't hit
him.
my vehicle.
If they have a straightaway, and
My insurance won't take care of your accident.
60 miles per hour, but it's a heavy truck, by the way, so it wouldn't be the easiest pit in the world. But in any event, he's threading
Oh,
the
but when it
needle.
flips
One
over,
lane going, one lane coming, southbound Hacienda
it
Road.
flips over and
Cars
it's
pulling
heavy. It'll
over to make
roll.
room for him.
It'll
But
go.
thankfully, in this situation, at least you have the lights and sirens from those deputies right
Ooh,
behind him.
ooh,
So
coming
you
through.
have folks naturally pulling over because they hear the emergency sirens behind them.
Well, you would hope
But
they
this is
would.
a very narrow road here. Hacienda Road, as you
Where
mentioned,
I
one
live,
lane
sometimes
going,
they pull
one lane
over,
coming.
sometimes they
He's
don't.
going around everybody over the
Sometimes they
WO
pretend
lines
that, oh, the
just to
music
get
is
away
too
from
loud
that
in my
deputy.
car. I can't hear nothing. Don't listen to loud music in your car.
Ooh,
Be able to hear everything around you.
it's a windy road. It's a windy
Drive
road,
safe.
and he's having
I
trouble.
like that. That's brazeness.
I'm
Welcome in to Ranimal Media. Thanks for joining me, everybody.
no boundaries, no inhibitions. He is going for it. I mean, I think he's pretty well aware of how this is
He's
going to
well
end. It's
aware.
not going to be pretty. He's basically enjoying his final minutes of freedom here because there is just
Enjoying.
no chance at this point. No chance.
Is there enjoying?
whatsoever
I don't
that
know
he
about
gets away.
enjoying. Look at that cop. He's right on his tail. Book him, Dano. Book him. Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media. Watch out, you lose your paint. You best let him through. He's coming through. See that black truck? He got over it. He didn't want no part of
He's going to
that.
be in trouble here. He's going to be in trouble. He's off the road at a high rate of speed.
He probably
makes
shouldn't
it
do
out
that.
here.
There's debris
Right,
on the sides of the roads,
Oh, man.
in the
He just
medians.
missed that one. Missed that car barely. It's a
Pop your
windy
tires.
road that's going to meet up with Hacienda Road on the other end. Also
Some
called
vehicles will get
Hacienda
stuck.
Road, where it'll have a little more room for him to play with. But right now, it's a windy road with a lot of traffic in both directions. He's now going the wrong way, and here come separate deputies in the oncoming lanes of traffic. But really, what can they do? I mean, he's just other than get into a head-on collision, which is not an option, they're going to have to turn around.
It could have happened if he wanted to ram
More
them.
units ahead of him here, which there will be another major intersection.
But now he definitely knows they're out there.
Here. But in any event, he's now back into oncoming lanes of traffic over the
Something miles an hour. Holy cow.
high rate of speed once again.
Viewer discretion, always advised.
It just takes your breath away with every intersection that he blows through.
It could end bad through an intersection. It's a busy intersection. Someone doesn't know you're coming through at the wrong time.
Residential neighborhood with very narrow streets. Looks like he's not. Okay, so that's El Rancho Drive. And,
Rancho Drive.
A series of deputies now
The Rancho.
into this neighborhood, or at least two. Okay, so these are the two that were coming. They turned around with them. Those original deputies, just to put this in perspective, appear to have fallen back. They could not keep up with his driving on Hacienda Road.
Can't see, you can't see. It's dark out there, guys. Look at that. No street lights.
Engaged in this hot pursuit.
Hope nobody runs out in the road.
Here in Hacienda Heights. We are
El Dorado Avenue.
It's a cul-de-sac. This
No,
is scary. This is
no,
scary.
no,
The
no,
cul-de-sac,
no, this
they're
is
gonna
not
come
good.
Face to face with this suspect, and you guys know, and our viewers
Better
know,
remember what
that he's
happened last
capable of
time.
in this situation because he's already
Smash that like
several
button.
vehicles, including deputy vehicles, and
I
there
appreciate
he is
it.
again, right through.
Yeehaw! Oh, there's this other weed whacker falling off.
Man, continuing right out of the
Got
neighborhood.
another weed
He's
whacker
gonna
hanging
get
out,
right
everybody.
out. I mean, he's weaseling his way out of these predicaments, and I just don't know how much longer this
Oh,
can go on.
wheezing
Just
the Jews.
can't fathom it.
Jews.
Nothing they could do. Yeah, right.
Remember, he stole that guy's white truck. That guy's losing all his gear. He destroyed the truck. I mean, he might be able to recover some of his gear if the truck's not destroyed.
Sheriff's deputy, and he's just going to go around him.
Beep, beep.
That's the protocol, and you can see they're following protocol. They're pulling
Look,
over,
he waved
moving
at him.
around.
He gave him
They're
the
not gonna
merry
box him
finger.
in, and part of the reason, guys, is because these tactics. Look at this.
Guys, it's a
He's going
parade.
out of the neighborhood
He's
where
waving.
there are about a half a right through those deputies again, just missing them.
Did he hit him or did he miss him?
A dozen black and whites, a sea of orcas.
Crazy, everybody. Welcome into Ranimal Media.
They just have nothing, no tools at their disposal at the moment to get him off the road. I can tell you that part of this is tactical protocol within the department, because there are other agencies that would treat this a little bit differently, but right now they are sticking with the book and basically just trying
Welcome into Ranimal Media, everybody.
Okay, I'm just told that he is facing now 3 charges of ADWs, assault with a deadly weapon on a law enforcement officer, on top of all the other crimes that we've witnessed.
On top of all the other crimes that will rack up later.
But you can see how many cops are
But he only gets the serious ones in the end. Let's hype it up, everybody. This guy's in big trouble.
On that same windy road, which again has 1 lane going, 1 lane in the opposite direction, and at times he just went around traffic by off-roading into the shrubs.
Surprised they haven't tried to crash into him yet or something and
maintain his composure there, but
pin him down again.
It's a narrow road, and
maybe they think he has a weapon.
Black and whites behind him, but that tire, I think his back left tire is, he did hit something. Look at that, more sparks flying, not sure.
Hey, this is what happened to the van.
Wheel well, or if it's coming from that equipment.
Let's see if he catches that guy's truck on fire like he did the van.
I wonder if all that stuff in the bed of that pickup truck was strapped down. Very possibly not. We've already seen 1 weed whacker.
Yep, the guy lost 1 weed whacker. There's another one hanging out. There's another one on the other side hanging out.
Yeah, I think
there's
being told it may be the
equipment
result
hanging
of
out.
one of those collisions earlier on the same road before he made his way into that neighborhood. Possibly. We're going to try.
He did hit a few cars. He banged that up pretty bad.
And catch a glimpse of that left rear tire to see what
But
he's
if the guy gets his truck back right now and the way it is, he can get it fixed. It's not as bad.
There you see more sparks. Actually,
now it's pretty bad.
It's coming from the front left. Front left sparks.
Guy's gonna need to get new rims, new tires.
He is. He's
couple
missing the
weed
tire
whackers.
again. He's missing the tire.
I see a shovel in the back of the
first
truck.
time we've seen this in this pursuit. Last time.
Sky chopper, Ranimal's choppers glitching.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way he's going to continue these turns, especially at these speeds, and they're going to close in on him.
Yeah, he's smoke screening them.
There are so many innocent people in the immediate vicinity of this. If it ended right now and the vehicle was disabled, there was just so much crossfire, so much collateral in his way here.
Ranimal Chopper 1 is
every time,
following this maniac.
I just cannot
Welcome
keep
in
up with this guy. He is
to Ranimal Media.
He's going to lose it. He's going to lose control of this vehicle, and it's going to end very ugly. But at least
yeah, if he's only got 2 rubbers on the sides, he's in trouble.
Right.
Right.
More sparks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Please do. I'd imagine that ruins the road when you're driving on it with rims. Oh, there's a cop. You get to see some cool sparks.
You're starting to get a better idea of how much law enforcement is dedicated to getting this guy off the road. There's about a dozen units behind him.
Make sure you guys smash that like button.
Opposite lanes, and now he is continuing at a high rate of speed on a straightaway portion of Hacienda Boulevard, coming up on Colima Road once again.
Make sure you subscribe to Ranimal Media, everybody. Ranimal's trying to grow this community, this channel.
He's on borrowed time with this truck. It's a
Stole that truck. Jose, he stole that from, is not happy. Welcome into Ranimal Media. I'm Ranimal. It's nice to meet you guys.
barely maneuvering. You see, we're very fortunate that he's on a straightaway section of street here, but if he has to make any tight turns at any speed, it's going to be very difficult for him. But
He's gonna
at
need a
the
new
very
vehicle.
least, you're going to start to see that wheel
Whoa.
come apart, and eventually the axle won't be able to turn. But that's obviously a heavy-duty truck.
Imagine being
It's
in one of
built,
those cars and he
for all
passes
kinds of
by you and all the
situations, and
sparks
these
come
are
out.
not easy
And
to
you don't
break
know what's
down,
going
but you
on.
can see he's definitely testing the
That's
limits of
crazy
this
stuff.
truck, and now without that front left tire, it's only a matter
If
of
there's another
time.
Porsche or
Those
something that just got
deputies
out of the way,
have
he didn't
fallen
want no
back
part of
once
that.
again because he's blowing through these red lights, continuing at a high rate of speed, 70 miles per hour.
Whoa, there was a
Cannot be more
blue
than
and
about a
green
45-mile-per-hour
neon
speed
truck
limit.
back there.
And he's blowing through all these
I have to rewind it
intersections
to see
with
what it
cross
was.
traffic. So many close calls. It's a miracle we haven't seen anybody get hurt. Now under the freeway, that I believe was the
How do you know
605.
nobody got hurt? He hit a few vehicles.
The 60, excuse me. Oh, crashing into a Jeep.
Oh, he
Crashing
just pushed
into
that
another
Jeep.
vehicle here,
Oh
and
boy,
and
that
wiping
Jeep
him
is
out
ticked
the road.
off.
He just took out another vehicle.
He is
rammed into heavy
PO'd.
damage. I hope that person's okay. Up on the curb, and now he's trying. Look at this again, ramming into more cars and
Well,
trucks.
he's past not caring anymore. It's bumper car day. Let's go.
Head on, head on, head on.
Smash that like,
Head on with
everybody.
another car, and
Ow.
here comes not even a pit maneuver, but they rammed into him from behind into
That's
a gas
crazy.
station.
He's
Folks
still
getting
going.
gas at the corner of Gale and Hacienda
Oh.
into a gas pump, and now he's going to try and get out probably, but he's going to put it in reverse, back in reverse towards that deputy. Look at this, ramming into the front end. They're shooting at him.
Oh, they're shooting
We're
at
gonna
him?
wind out, and they are now firing into the cab of that pickup truck.
Viewer discretion is advised.
They are using force.
On
Deadly
Ranimal
force
Media.
is being employed at this moment to try and stop this madness in the middle. They are stopped. They have stopped.
Viewer
The wheel
discretion
is off.
is
The
advised on
front left
Ranimal
wheel is
Media.
off.
Welcome
Yep.
in,
Is it
welcome
still
in.
going?
This
Still
guy's
going. So
crazy.
his foot's on the gas.
You
Unbelievable.
rammed their squad car. They rammed him.
Foot on the gas.
They're doing
Bullets flying
CPR or
through that
something to
truck,
a
and
lady
now we'll
over
see
in
as
the
they
top,
surround the vehicle,
very top of the
multiple
screen.
teams and canine
Oh, there's a
units
canine
already on
unit.
the scene here, surrounding the
Viewer
vehicle,
discretion is
at least the
advised.
rear
Welcome
of the
into
vehicle. They
Ranimal
can't
Media.
surround
I
it
appreciate you
completely,
guys for being
obviously. They don't
here.
want to create a crossfire situation.
Look at the very top of the screen. Right there, they're working on a person.
Yes, yes.
Or
Somebody's
they're
hurt. It looks like somebody,
handcuffing a
that's the driver.
person.
That's the driver. It looks like the driver of that car that he rammed head on into. It looks like he's being arrested. He's being detained for some reason. Not sure what that's about, but we'll focus on the truck for now. We'll focus on the truck. Obviously, more.
He
to that
seems
story,
like he might be wanted
but,
also for
clearly,
something.
This ending in a crash with several vehicles.
They know who he
including
is.
that one right there, and you can see he's still gassing it.
Justice will be served.
Creating a lot more smoke. The vehicle's not going anywhere. It's completely disabled.
One bad guy down. The real bad guy to go.
Something just went through that driver's side window.
Apparently they've been shooting at him a little bit, but it's not working.
He's still gassing it.
Smoke screen, everybody.
Multiple bullet holes through the driver's side window, guys. Those are shotgun shells. Those are high caliber shotgun shells that have now that fired right through that driver's side window.
Your discretion is advised. Welcome to Ranimal Media. I appreciate each and every one of you for stopping in and joining me, watching these crazy, crazy videos.
Yeah, this has come to an end.
This one's not over with.
Well, I'm happy to say that this has come to an end.
He says it's over. I say it's not over. Let's keep
and
watching.
Deadly situation potentially for the suspect. So we will see if that.
It's over. We're gonna
those
find
wheels
another
finally stop spinning,
police
which
chase
appears that
video
they have.
because Ranimal
You can
said
see
so.
dozens and dozens
Thank you guys
of
for joining,
officers
hanging
at the
out.
corner of Gale and Hacienda
I do
Boulevard.
appreciate it.
Canine units
Who's
at
a
the
good
ready.
boy?
They
The
are
good boy
gonna
wants to
approach
bite.
eventually. It
The
could
good
take
boy
them
wants to
some
bite
some
somebody.
cases,
Come on.
to
He's a
approach
good
the vehicle
boy.
and try and get a better view,
He wants to bite the bad guy.
into the cab.
We're gonna let that good boy bite the bad
Unfortunately,
guy.
Really hard to see through the front windshield because if we get in front
Who's a
of it,
good boy gonna
you
bite
see
the
the
bad
awning
guy?
from the gas station
Who's a good
would
boy?
be concealing it, so we really can't get a
Who
good
got that
view
belly?
into the
Who
driver's
got
seat
that
just
belly?
yet. But we've got to.
I get excited. This guy's in big trouble now. Welcome into Ranimal
A whole
Media.
bunch. There's smaller, yeah, smaller rounds in the rear
I'm
window.
gonna roll another
Large
cigar
shotgun shells
because
through the
Ranimal said
front
so.
window. It's just a wait and see game at this point. They are eventually, obviously, treating this with kid glove care, but
Look at
obviously they
that
have to take
police
their
car.
time before just
Number
approaching the
15.
vehicle, and they have. Look at this
Oh,
fire!
fire,
The
everybody.
vehicle's on
Breaking
fire.
news, breaking
The
news.
vehicle's on fire, and that's going to require
Oh
the fire
boy.
department. They're going to have
Breaking
to
news,
pull him out.
everybody.
Absolutely. They're going to have to pull him out of the driver's seat.
Fire.
That,
Second fire
this is not
that
over
we've
by
seen.
any stretch.
Oh wow. Second car fire we've seen so far from this bad guy. He's definitely going to get a tattoo from Big D. He's getting huge, huge points. If it was a video game, he's racked up a lot.
Yeah, I think that last officer tried to ram into him intentionally.
He even got another perp
right
arrested.
into him. There were multiple.
You get like,
how many black and whites have
I don't know, 1,200 points for that.
So I can't tell you exactly how many.
You let me know in the
A whole
comments
bunch
box
of
how many
cars
points that
and
you get for
cars
that in the
traffic
video game.
At the end of that pursuit, before that major intersection, and there was one Jeep, a white Jeep, soft top, that he got wiped out completely. I hope he's okay. They're going to have to check on him.
I have an imaginary point system for the GTA Saints Row type video game these guys drive and do. Some crazy stuff. I do appreciate you guys for watching with the Ranimal.
Multiple shots. Yep.
They probably threw shot beanbags into his window. You get hit with a beanbag or rubber bullet. Oh boy. I don't think they threw a gas can in there on him because they didn't have time to think about it. But then again, if all the officers thought they were in danger, they'd start shooting. There might be Swiss cheese in there, everybody. Viewer discretion is advised.
Told that obviously we don't know what his condition is inside that vehicle, but they have reason to believe he is armed inside that vehicle. So
that's what I said earlier.
That they are aware of a weapon potentially inside that vehicle. That's gonna
viewer discretion is
advised. Has been a weapon this entire time, obviously, but if there's a weapon inside that vehicle, that adds to the calculus as they approach the vehicle. But in any event, they're going to try and get clear eyes.
So glad you guys take the time to hang out and join the Ranimal.
Again, this could take a lot of time. This could
means
turn
a lot
into
to
an
me.
extended standoff potentially, unless they
Welcome
decide
in,
that
welcome in.
they want to be more aggressive. Obviously, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, what I was telling them is to welcome in. They should smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to Ranimal Media. That's what I was telling them. Yeah. They already know that. I was telling them earlier. Ranimal Chopper 1, checking in. Hope you guys are all having a good day out there, having fun, wherever you're at. Let me know where you guys are at watching from in the comments box below. I do read the comments. I do appreciate reading them. Seeing where you guys are from, what you guys think about the video. Ranimal wants to grow this community. The more you guys interact with the videos, the better. The more exciting videos I can find that we can watch. You guys can listen to my commentary. After this case is done, we're going to go look for another awesome police chase. I hope it's going to be awesome. We never know what happens. We'll just click the button and see what happens. Welcome into Ranimal Media. It's a pleasure to have you guys all here with me. This one goes on for a little while. They always take forever to approach the vehicle when they think someone has a gun. They don't want to get shot. Today's truck was destroyed. Work stuff that's in the back. You might get to get some of it back, but most of it's destroyed. Side of those guys' house through the other and stole that work truck. Or that truck needed that for working and paying his bills. That's crazy. I don't know how he's gonna pay rent now. His house looks expensive. Neighborhoods didn't look cheap. Welcome into Ranimal Media. All those police cars.
Great news. So, David and Ellen, they're preparing to fire more rounds into the cab, less than lethal rounds, we believe, and it's unclear. My question becomes, because we were told it might be a pepper ball, but in any event, is it to clear the window to gain visibility, or is it because they still see movement inside the vehicle? The pepper ball leads me to believe that they were have reason to believe that maybe there's movement in the vehicle. It seems unlikely from what we're witnessing here, but in any event, they are preparing to fire more less than lethal rounds into the cab of that truck. So something to watch out for as we continue to watch this play out on the corner of Hacienda
That's
Boulevard
crazy.
and Gale Avenue. Not clear on where those shots will be fired from, but it certainly looks like it'll come from yeah. That's what I think as well.
Oh yeah, those guys are all geared up.
Seems to be, yeah.
They have a tactical unit there, guys. When that yawning to begin. Viewer discretion is advised on Ranimal Media. Appreciate all you guys for stopping in, watching with me.
When you think about the number of lives
It means
that
a lot
he's
to me,
put in
everybody.
danger over the last 90 minutes, I mean,
We got about 20 more minutes of this police chase, and then we'll move to another one.
team. They're going to approach with shields up,
You guys are all having a good day out there.
and they've got tactical tools at their disposal if they face any resistance. But the first order of business is going to be clearing that driver's side window.
Ooh, watch out, you're getting knocked in the head with that thing.
Being employed, ramming the driver's side window, and now getting a much clearer view that we will keep somewhat.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you in a court of law. You have a right to have an attorney present.
It looks like he's injured, and it looks like they're going to make an attempt
Might
to
want to
open
plead the
that door, but it's
fifth.
not open yet. They may just pull him through the windshield. They may pull him through that window.
Ask
guys.
for a lawyer.
I have a feeling they will just pull him right
No
through
self-snitching.
the driver's side window without bothering with the door.
Well,
we don't know what kind of condition
that
he's
doesn't
in,
feel very
but
good.
You saw what I saw, which was his hand moving. It looked like he maybe had crawled into the passenger seat, and there you go. They're going around the passenger side to bring him out. Wow. Stepping out of the vehicle.
Roped.
Whoa. Whoa.
Smash that like button, everybody. This guy took them on one heck of a trace.
I mean, this is just, you know,
Crazy.
incredible.
Crazy, 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 crazy.
Hills. It's really tough to tell at this point in time if there's more than one person inside
Different
the vehicle.
police
We
chase.
don't know if it's
Hope
a
you guys
male or a
enjoy.
female. We haven't got that information from the LAPD. We just
Welcome
had their
into
initial
Ranimal Media.
reports that we heard that they believe it's a hit-and-run suspect out of Hollywood in the pickup truck that you see there. So they're going to continue to follow this with the patrol cars right behind the suspect so they can take the suspect into custody if the suspect decides to make a run for it. Unless the suspect starts to drive erratically at a high rate of speed, the patrol cars will stay right behind.
Let's see what this is all about, everybody.
And now you see what we've been seeing as we watch this. The suspect
this says
almost
it's
coming
like
to
a
a stop
3-hour
in the
video.
vehicle, and then they'll start to just
Strap
roll again. They'll start to slowly take off.
Get yourself some coffee.
There isn't a lot of oncoming traffic. This is westbound on Mulholland. I think we're about ready to hit Coldwater Canyon in about a mile or so.
Get yourself a smoke.
And we don't see much westbound traffic in the opposite direction.
Boy, did you guys see that building up there? That was cool.
We don't see a lot of danger as far as vehicles traveling right towards the suspect, and maybe the suspect pulling into that oncoming lane. But certainly a lot of indecision right now on the part of the suspect. Unfortunately, they're not traveling at a high rate of speed, so we don't see much in the way of danger to the community that we see in most of these types of pursuits or in pursuits in general. So very slow speed on Mulholland, westbound. And boy, traffic is starting to be affected on the westbound side of Mulholland. It's backed up, I don't know, a half mile or so, but it's going to get worse by the moment. Not a lot of traffic and volume on Mulholland at this hour, but certainly there is some. It's not affecting the eastbound lanes, but westbound, you see all the patrol cars right behind the suspect, and then we don't see much traffic in the opposite direction. Now, LAPD may have a lot more information on the suspect than we do at this point in time. They may know exactly who they're dealing with. We just don't have that information privy to us. And of course, they're hoping the suspect will just pull off and this will be over. But
yeah, right.
Once again,
like they do that.
Involved in a hit and run
Welcome
in Hollywood.
Into Ranimal
we
Media.
believe rather recently. We can push in once again, and it does appear. It does appear that there's a bit of an indentation on the hood and maybe some indication that the vehicle was involved in an accident by the look at the front bumper.
Reported hit and run suspect.
All the windows are blacked out, so we really can't get an idea if there are more people than just the driver on board that vehicle at this point in time. It's continuing westbound on Mulholland, slowly curving around some of these streets. There are a couple of homes off Mulholland in this area.
Welcome
and eventually
into
the vehicle
Ranimal
will come
Media.
to Coldwater Canyon, and we'll get an idea
Thanks
whether
for hanging out with Ranimal, everybody.
wants to continue on.
I appreciate
on Laurel Canyon, northbound coming out of Hollywood, and then the suspect got on to Mulholland Highway traveling westbound. And you can see they're staying in their lane, not driving erratically. We have an LAPD helicopter overhead. Say again, Jay? Okay, so I'm getting some information. No injuries, misdemeanor hit and run. Happened in Hollywood, and that's information we're getting from the LAPD. So it looks like as long as this pursuit continues to be at a slow pace, LAPD will continue to have their patrol cars right behind the suspect. But we've seen before in some instances that the suspect might drive like this for a time and then all of a sudden take off and drive erratically at a high rate of speed. And then a lot of times that's when LAPD will go into a tracking mode, a surveillance mode, if you will, just not to push the driver or incite the driver to drive at a higher rate of speed and become a danger to the public. But at this point in time, it is so slow, we believe that they will just keep the patrol cars behind him. And we are getting information they may throw out a spike strip, which is really easy to do when you have a slow speed pursuit like this, because you can get officers in a position, and I believe that's going to come up just in a moment here at Coldwater Canyon. If you open up out of the shot a little bit, you'll see Coldwater on the bottom of your screen, and that's where it sort of joins up with Mulholland Highway. So right at that intersection, more than likely officers will try and hide behind a tree and then throw out the spike strip. It'd be really difficult for the suspect to turn around and have to stop. You can see the officer there ready to pull the spike strip across the westbound lanes. They've stopped all eastbound traffic, and more than likely, if the suspect doesn't stop, then they're going to get at least a tire flat or two, and then at that point in time, it will affect this pursuit. And there you go, right over the spike strip. More than likely, both the front tires have now been deflated. It happens slowly. It doesn't happen very quickly because they don't want a high-speed vehicle or a vehicle traveling at high speeds to lose control and then flip over or hit someone. At this point in time, though, it'll continue on for a little bit.
Crazy.
But more than likely, those two
He
front
ran
tires
him right
are
over.
flat here in just a moment.
If this is going to be a really slow, drawn-out type
we're getting
one,
information
we're not going to
now.
watch
They're
it.
saying both tires are hit. It was an effective spike strip. And you can tell almost as you push in there, it looks like maybe that left front is really starting to get flat. Once again, it doesn't happen immediately. It happens slowly, and that's for a reason.
Oh, he stops and doesn't go anywhere for a while, and he parks.
To control the vehicle, and then at some
He
point
sits in
in
his car
time,
like the last
once
guy
you get
did.
down to the rim, it's almost impossible, and the vehicle will slow eventually. At this rate of speed, though, these pursuits can go on a long time. Just on flat tires. We've seen that in the past. At a higher rate of speed, of course, that rubber comes off quicker, and you get right down to the rim, you get sparks, sometimes you get a fire, and you get a vehicle that's completely uncontrollable. But right now, we're still on Mulholland Highway, westbound in the Hollywood Hills, just past Coldwater Canyon, and it looks like you see another patrol car there. I doubt
to steal and then try to lead police on a pursuit because this does not have the agility of a sedan or even a small SUV.
All right, we'll watch this.
Jump in whatever you can. The monitor in the helicopter
semi-truck.
is extremely small, so I don't get the kind of detail that you're going to get at all. And if you saw that door open, that's very interesting, and we can confirm then there's a passenger. There was some information earlier. We kind of hate to go with it, but we'll throw it out there, and it certainly is not confirmed that there could have been someone on board that vehicle against their will. Now, obviously, that came off over a scanner, and we don't have
stolen semi-truck, everybody. The other one we were on a minute ago, the guy was just going to park and do a standoff for 3 hours. We're not watching that. If you guys want to watch that, you can go try to find it on your own. Before I clicked on it, you can figure out where it was on YouTube.
Just the weight alone and the inertia, even at slow speed, if it hits someone or a vehicle, it certainly could.
We're gonna watch the semi-truck act a fool.
So it's extremely dangerous. There's no question
I don't know why, but he stole a semi-truck. Guess he needed one. Big D's gonna be so happy.
It could have been an inland unit from the Inland Empire as well. That's Fontana.
Oh, check out those lights that cop has. Welcome into Ranimal Media, everybody.
Yeah, and Scott, I can see that you're trying to have your camera operator zoom in a little bit onto that cab. We cannot really get a good view of what is going on inside there, so I cannot confirm.
Welcome into Ranimal Media.
That I saw that the door open up and then close when they were turning onto Orangethorpe Avenue. But again, you know, it's very rare that we see these tractors being pursued. I believe this truck, it has at least 10, possibly 12 wheels. Do they try to do a spike strip, an industrial commercial size spike strip? Do you know, Scott?
No, I don't believe so. I think Josh, my cameraman, said he did see a passenger, so he was able to confirm that. It looks like a hand is out of the window right now. I don't believe they'll use a spike strip in a situation like this, at least not initially. They may try. I haven't seen them do it on a semi before, but that doesn't mean they could not do it. But certainly
slow enough
to do that, you'd want to make certain that you get this vehicle in an area where you can get the units in front of them safely to throw out that spike strip. And usually you need someone to be on a determined.
Hope you guys are all having a good day today.
In advance, and then throw out the spike strip.
We're watching some stolen vehicle police pursuits.
Now on Lemon towards the 91 freeway. And as I mentioned, it was on the freeway for the most part. It might have started on surface streets, but by the time we heard about it, most of it was on freeways.
This other fool here, he stole a stolen pickup truck.
Then to the 57 South, and now down into this Anaheim area, just north of the 91.
The guy we were just watching before this, he just ran over spike strips on purpose, and he gave up after 3 hours of acting like a little baby. We didn't watch it, we skipped it. On a vehicle like that. Now we're watching this semi-truck driver. He stole a semi-truck. He seems to be doing pretty good with it. He knows how to drive it.
Well, Josh is correct because we can see someone. I don't even know if they're their hand is outside the passenger side. They're sort of tapping it onto the cab door. At first I was thinking, are they trying to do some sort of code? But again, you know what? Joining us right now is Bruce Thomas, our law enforcement
Oh, they're saying
expert.
smash that thumbs
Bruce,
up button.
you join us on a lot of pursuits. Not many are involving a big rig tractor. Can you tell us what might be going through law enforcement's mind and
It's
tactics
pretty
of how
rare.
they're going to try to pull this driver over?
Yeah, as Scott was saying, the spike strip is an option, and we've seen that on the freeway, which it looks like he may be headed towards. They have to control traffic. The problem with a big rig truck like this is it has multiple
That's a monster
tires,
truck.
dual tires in the back, 2 sets, and then 1 in the front. So the sheer weight of the vehicle is a problem for law enforcement.
No doubt about it. And again, Scott, we're seeing the driver now on the 91. I'm amazed, and I guess at 10:30 in the morning, so sometimes we do have light traffic, but today was especially tough on the roads. I feel like for a lot of commuters, it was not an easy one, and I can see that this driver really has the whole freeway to themselves.
Finger in his eye again.
Well, we're trying to reestablish a connection with Scott Reif and Air 7. And Bruce, you just stay with me. We're talking about it on the 91. We already know the 91 is not a huge
Hey, sorry about that, everybody.
Area.
Coffee hasn't kicked in yet, apparently.
Scott, you're joining us now. I was saying how this driver seems to be very lucky on a very packed morning commute, that this freeway seems like it was very open to them.
Yeah, it is for now. It's on the 91
Yeah, it's his
westbound,
highway.
not far from the 5 freeway intersection. If the semi continues on the 91 freeway westbound, there isn't a lot of traffic until probably you get into the Long Beach area. But if he tries to get on the 5, it's stopped. And you'll see that. If it continues here in a moment, you'll see the transition and you'll see the traffic pattern as we go through that area. But right now in the 91 westbound, we're not seeing much in the way of volume on the freeway that's going to slow this vehicle. But boy, when you start to see a vehicle up at 60
Yeah, the
miles an hour,
semi-truck says, huh,
higher, and then
wonder what the
swerving in
cop's
and
up
out of
to.
traffic, trying to get
He
around
must be
some of
following
these
that guy.
It is just so dangerous. It really, really is dangerous. It's not a light little passenger car. This can kill somebody very easily in an accident.
Yeah, he is right.
Or
It
in an
could.
incident, even a slow rate of speed. So you're
That is
always
a dangerous
concerned
vehicle.
about that. It looks like we're going to get off the 91 freeway westbound before the 5, which I was talking about. So we're back on surface streets.
Don't think they
Be,
could pit
believe,
maneuver
off
him.
Brookhurst, and we'll see as it makes a turn, gets on Brookhurst, and what direction they travel. This is going to be to the south, I believe, and once again, that'll put us down into the Anaheim area, down towards Disneyland.
Sorry about that, my friends.
Now and then we have a little trouble, technical difficulty.
Ooh, sky camera.
And we're going to have to try and reset that for a moment. Get back
Ranimal camera.
if I'm not mistaken.
We are.
I think that's Brookhurst right there. Keep going to the left.
Shoot, we lost the perp.
You end up having to go through, Scott, when you're trying. It's amazing that how you and your colleague can find these pursuits, because when you zero in on them, it's just a miracle. It seems like it really is like a needle in a haystack when you guys go from such a wide view to then zero in, and you, like you did, you've got it right back on target. Again, Scott, Bruce Thomas is also joining us, and I'm going to talk with
Mr. Bruce
just for a moment. Bruce, again, now this driver is taking city streets, but I want to talk to you about the possibility. There's the possibility that there is a passenger in this vehicle. When the driver turned right onto a street, that passenger side door wedged open a little bit. I think when the tractor started, picking up some speed, the door then closed. It almost appeared
I didn't see
like
that
the
part,
person
but
might try to exit that vehicle during the turn, because
maybe
the
it happened.
rig obviously has to slow down. But what kind of thought goes on in law enforcement when they think maybe there is somebody inside that cab who is being held against their will?
Yeah, great question. What we have seen before in pursuits where you have passengers who all of a sudden don't want to be a part of this crime anymore. The speed
Be a part of the crime anymore.
is dangerous, and they're like, I want to get out. I don't want to be a part of this. Or
jump out.
it can be somebody that is not there willingly, which now presents a problem for law enforcement as a possible kidnapping or an abduction type situation.
Yeah, it is very scary to see. That's why we keep kind of zooming in and taking a look inside the cab. Just the vantage point with the sun the way it is hard to see, but we have seen that there is a passenger in there. We did see them sort of tapping away on the side of the cab. Scott, you're also above an
I
Air
didn't
7.
see that,
You
but
can see how many law
it might have
enforcement
happened.
are following this, because at one point it seemed like they were trying to back off of this because they
Sometimes
do know
Ranimal
how
doesn't see it all.
a pursuit of a big rig
Welcome in
tractor.
to
I mean,
Ranimal Media.
we're thankful it's not carrying a big load or anything, but again, just this
There's a passenger.
vehicle
Open the
is
door.
full of so much power.
She's right.
Yeah, it's interesting. The Fontana units
And
are
they are
behind the
pat.
semi
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are.
We're in the Fulton
Now I
area.
see it.
I believe on the freeway they were going to give the jurisdiction to the CHP, and it was on the freeway for a long time. So I think this is somebody that Fontana PD knows. I think they have some information about who the suspect
Jump
is.
out! Jump out! Jump out! Jump out! Jump out! Jump out! Jump out!
Behind it, I did not see them or hear about them going into tractor
Darn,
mode.
should have
Although
jumped
once
out.
you get on the freeway and you start to see speeds a little bit higher with a vehicle like this, you would start to get concerned about the possibility of injuries to someone. Right now we're on surface streets at a fairly low rate of speed. You can tell the vehicle's traveling probably right around the speed limit. That is a green light, making a left turn. We haven't seen the suspect drive through red lights yet. They do stop, which makes us believe they're not, just driving so erratically they don't care about possibly hurting someone or themselves, because when you see that, it gets that erratic, it gets extremely dangerous.
Yeah, these people are crazy.
Care about their own life or the lives of others.
Don't drive like that. I don't want to be a part of your accident.
But right now, the speeds haven't been too high. We see the driver of this semi able to control the vehicle. We don't see it swerving. It's able to stay in its lane. A lot of times we cover these pursuits and we start to think if alcohol or drugs are concerned in this matter. Now, I'm not saying for certain that isn't the case. But there we go again. It looks like an airport. And we have lost the camera angle.
A bunch of airplanes back there.
Right, and Scott, we have been watching some video where you do see the passengers sort of wedging their door open a little bit and tapping on the cab. I just want to welcome our viewers back again. You're watching an early edition of Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. I'm Colleen Sullivan. We have Scott Reif in Air 7, and we also have Bruce Thomas joining us on the phone to give us his law enforcement expertise. But again, you're seeing that stolen big rig. You see that they are traveling at not necessarily the most dangerous of paces, but you can see we have reestablished Air 7, and you can see that earlier. This is some video, and we were talking about there is possibly, just possibly, word that there is a passenger inside this big rig, the tractor portion of the big rig, that is being held against their will. Again, we have Bruce Thomas on the phone. Bruce, are you looking at some of the images where you see that door wedge open and you see that passenger tapping away? You don't know if it's a distress call. You don't know if they're just along for the ride. You just don't know.
Listen to the music.
Yeah, very, very true. We don't know if this person is there willingly or if they're being held against their will type of situation. But to Scott's point earlier, I don't know if Air 7 HD can pull out.
Welcome in to Ranimal Media.
Exorbitant amount of police vehicles following this big rig. A lot of undercover vehicles, too, it appears. So to Scott's point, I don't know if they know something more about this person or this vehicle, because typically in a pursuit you'll have maybe 3 or 4 police cars, but it looks like there were a lot more than that, undercover vehicles.
Well, it looks like the driver is coming to a stop.
Looks like they may be stopping.
Yeah,
there
right.
we go. The truck has come to a stop. We're on Commonwealth in the city of Fullerton right now. Anaheim, Fullerton. The door opened there on the driver's side. For a moment, you can see the canine is up with the dog.
Boy, he wants to bite someone.
Knows who this individual is. As Bruce mentioned, there were 6 Fontana patrol cars behind this, and they haven't got other jurisdictions.
My good boy wants to bite someone.
Somewhat unusual, but right now we have a standoff. Behind the semi, you see the the Fontana police officers behind their vehicles with a
The
canine ready to
Hanny
go.
Police
And
Department
right now,
wants to
more
have
than
the
likely,
dog
they're
bite
trying to
you.
establish communication, get that individual out of that semi, and hope that doesn't happen, that they continue to roll forward. But you have a much better look than I do. Trust me, this monitor isn't that good, but it looks like he may be trying to actually speak with the deputies or the officers behind him.
Yeah.
They gave you the stuff, you can have that.
Kind of slowly making their way, almost waving to him. But what I don't know if you saw, because
Since you never got out, he's guilty.
Where you are, the driver opened the door and then threw something out of the vehicle. We don't exactly know what it was.
That's true. He had time to escape.
Or if it was a bottle of water. I have no idea. I'm sure police saw it as well, and someone staying by to see. But again, we saw that driver throw something out, actually open the door and then close the door. I'm not quite sure, but obviously this person is trying to figure out what they're going to do, because if they stop one time, it doesn't seem like they tend to stop a couple times. And I can also bring Bruce Thomas in for that answer as well. Bruce, when a suspect decides that they're going to stop, it seems like they do a little bit more of this cat and mouse game.
Yeah, and that just throws law enforcement, their plan A out the window. But they do have plan B and C for a
B and C is
situation
what?
like this. The person stops, then started again, and playing that cat and mouse game. And obviously, law enforcement wants to end this as quick as possible with everybody's safety in mind. But the suspect now is kind of dictating the plan.
No doubt about it. They
No
certainly are.
doubt
We see
about
them
it.
sort of starting to
The
make
passenger didn't
some
escape.
moves that
He's
are just showing that
definitely
they're
going to be
staying
guilty.
in this area. Scott, it looks like they're not going back to the freeways. If they,
And that's not even a good semi truck. There's no living space in the back of that one.
Yeah, they could.
And that
If they
one's
knew what
just
they were doing, if the suspect did, if
a
there
truck.
was any rhyme or reason to this. We're right in the Fullerton area
Big
now.
D needed
on
a truck.
Commonwealth.
That was on the list.
Earlier we did see one undercover. The same
You guys
man
ever
as,
watched the movie
as
called
Bruce
Gone in
was
60
talking about,
Seconds?
Behind it, but
Same
there's a bunch.
idea,
They're
except
all Fontana. Had canine ready
instead
to
of
go. I really
getting
believe they know
the
who
cars for
suspect
Raymond
is. They got
Kalitri or
more
whatever his
intel on
name
that
is,
individual, and Fontana
he's
PD
getting
is
it for
the
Big
one who
D.
stayed on this the whole time because of that. But really, as you watch these things, I wonder about this. When you see this, you wonder if they know that individual. Talking to that individual.
well,
He wants their autograph.
How did they out on social?
your video.
Lost our signal?
Yeah, well, it's sort of freezing up a little bit, but we can see a lot of looky-loos sort of trying to communicate with the driver, which is, and then this sort of T-zone.
He
always
wants the
get nervous
homie's
about
autograph.
an innocent driver who doesn't
And I want your
realize
thumbs
there's
up
a
like
pursuit
button.
taking place, and most would not think
Yes,
it's
I do.
involving this kind of vehicle.
Yeah, what's really interesting, Colleen, is nobody knows
Your
where
subscription would be
the
nice.
suspect is headed,
It's
right?
free.
And they just made
Hit
a
the
turn
subscribe
on
button.
Commonwealth.
Turn on
and
the bell
then,
notification.
100 yards down on Commonwealth, there was a group of people
Thank
there.
you.
It's kind of
I do
difficult to believe
appreciate
they
it.
all came out because they knew the semi was in this area. I mean, we just got into this area. It's possible. But a lot of times when we see a suspect drive by a group of people and they've been driving in an erratic way like this, they went there because they knew those individuals. I certainly don't know that to be the case, but we have been now going around in somewhat of a circle here in the Fullerton area, northern side of Anaheim, and it's the suspect with the semi has stayed in somewhat the same spot. But really right now, as far as what Fontana PD can do, there's not much they can do. They can consider the spike strip. Certainly pit maneuver is completely out of the question. It would not work by any means at all because of the weight of that vehicle. And right now, at
So the
least
pit maneuver would not work.
suspect is not driving
Like
extremely
less than
erratically.
wingding him.
The vehicle's been slowing. It looks like he's making some gestures there with his hand. And we can only hope any moment now we'll get back to where we were before. The suspect will stop. They'll start to get some communication with the officers, and they'll give themselves up. But for now,
Give themselves
if
up.
this suspect continues going north here and then makes another right turn, the semi will be going by that group of people that he drove by earlier. So we'll see. There's the passenger. You can see their hand is out of the window now. I can't tell if it's a man or a woman. You may have a better look in there than I do.
Yeah, he's just
but
chilling.
Certainly, there's not a lot of options for the police department right now when it comes to trying to stop this.
Yeah, I can only see the sort of the forearm, the elbow down, so I can't make out who is in that passenger seat.
Block off the
We also
whole
have Bruce
intersection
Thomas,
someplace.
helping us out.
Don't let him
law
through.
Enforcement official. Now, Bruce, Scott was saying this. There's, maybe Fontana police have a good idea of who this suspect is. They are obviously pretty proficient with driving this.
His
type
name
of
is
vehicle,
Bad Guy.
But when they have the canine showing up right away, don't you have to sort of call? We always seem to be waiting for the canines to show up to these pursuits or to a barricade situation.
Yeah, and when you have some smaller agencies like that, the canines are part of the regular patrol pattern, so they may have seen about the pursuit, heard it, and then jumped right into the pursuit as maybe a fourth vehicle, and therefore that resource, the canine, is available for deployment.
Right. Also, we have some video. We
Welcome into Ranimal Media.
Saying that the driver did stop at one moment on Commonwealth Avenue, and then
He
opened
did
the door,
stop.
and then through this piece of, we don't know what it was, but then it just continues to roll, and then another vehicle is going to come up. You see the canine right there. You're going to see the other vehicle, another Fontana police officer goes right up next to whatever was thrown out. So I think they must have known, because that, whatever that is, it rolled for quite some time. And I feel
That's
like
his
it might be
urine
liquid,
bottle.
'cause I feel like there's a little trail of liquid, but again, I'm not sure. But you saw that the Belgian Malinois, their police dog, right there, ready to help assist, as it is considered another police officer
True.
as part of this pursuit. But we see, Scott, you're right there as well. You're seeing this driver now is in. Where are they heading? Is this Artesia?
Well, they're now on Firestone Boulevard. They got
Going
off
to the Big D drop-off point. Then they better run.
Onto Artesia Boulevard now and crossing underneath the 91 freeway. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly underneath
Roadblock up ahead.
It's going to be interesting to see exactly where they head from this point. They head back to where they were before. It's unusual, though, just because, I mean, the K9 you could have,
Guess
like
not.
you said, I totally agree with that. There may be units that just came in this, but in a lot of cases, you'll have the authority let the city take over. Like, for instance, I mean, Fontana's a ways from here, but they're still the unit in control here. They're the ones that are following this, and they're not even handing it over to CHP when it's on the freeway. That's the reason I believe that they have some intel. There is one that appears under control, a vehicle, unmarked vehicle behind this suspect as well.
Yeah, it was a silver-looking truck.
We're on to not
I seen that.
now. We're still basically in the Fullerton area, right by the 5
Unmarked
freeway.
silver truck.
We don't see the vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. That certainly is a fantastic thing, because if you saw,
Well, that doesn't necessarily really mean anything.
we're high with a vehicle like
He's
that,
just helping out.
extremely dangerous. But as I mentioned earlier,
Or
I don't
he's
know
a
there's much in the way of
federal
tactics
agent of some
at this
kind,
point.
but
There's not much that
don't
you
know.
can do to try and stop this at the range of a truck like this. I mean, their gas tanks are huge, and without pulling, the trailer, which is heavy, they might be able to drive, half a
Passenger
day,
guys
or
open the
you
door
might get 10
again.
hours out of it if the tanks were full.
I don't want to interrupt you.
I mean, looking at that, you just
but
never know.
but
The
I
door
am.
is open. The door is open. Did
yeah.
you see that?
It's been opening a few times while you were just talking, so I thought
He wants to throw out his urine bottle
so
too.
Again, all eyes are sort of on this passenger, because we do not know what their state of
Viewer
mind is
discretion
and their
is
situation.
advised.
Again, we did
Ranimal
have
Media.
a preliminary report that may have said that the passenger is being held against their will, and that also, Scott, at one point the CHP, they were trying to back off on this, so maybe that's the reason why they've stayed engaged.
It's possible. I mean, usually you hand it off to the authority, like Fullerton PD in this area, that's a lot more familiar with the streets. But Fontana is staying on it. They're not handing it over to anyone at this point in time. So it's hard
Fontana
to say.
ain't handing
That
over
initial
nobody.
information that I got was just overhearing a
Her
scale
police
report
force is going to
that
get done.
possibly the individual in
Yeah.
the passenger seat might be held against their will. We really don't know that. But then when we saw the door kind of open, it almost looked like
Could have
somebody was
jumped
trying to
out.
get
Oh, Arizona
It
iced
looked
tea.
like maybe that report might have been
That was an Arizona iced tea
accurate.
truck.
It's hard to say, but we certainly don't
You guys should
have
support them.
confirmation of that.
Arizona
And it
iced
looks
tea is
like
their own
if
brand company,
they're continuing on
and
we're headed southbound. We're headed
they
towards
make
Knott's
tea,
Dairy Farm right now, if you're familiar with
and they
this
keep it
area.
cheap.
And at least the suspect
They're pretty
is
good
driving
tea.
slowly, and for the moment in just the right lane.
Yeah, and Scott, I believe we
Check
are
out
getting
their
some
history. It's
information
pretty
from
cool.
the California Highway Patrol that there is somebody in that cab who is in there against their will. So we're still.
I used to drink a lot of Arizona iced tea, but
story, but I want to
these days I just drink a lot of coffee and aloe water drinks.
How, again, Scott has touched on it.
Aloe vera water.
Why Fontana Police is the lead agency on this when this keeps going onto the freeway and goes into the other areas, in Anaheim. So, can you tell us a little bit more about that part of this?
Yeah, the other thing too, which we haven't talked about, is Montana PD has a limited amount of resources, and it seems like
They're all going up the ramp.
A good chunk of their resources are involved in this pursuit, which is a drain for the city not being able to handle emergent and non-emergent calls. And to Scott's point, why they haven't transitioned to CHP or the local agencies is very perplexing. We did see it looked like CHP was in the area, possibly to deploy a spike strip, but as Scott said,
Spike strip? Where's that?
Is very problematic with you can't do a pit maneuver. The weight of the vehicle is too much. So the only option you have is a
You could try.
spike strip or the suspect stopping and giving
We
up.
want to see you guys try to do a pit maneuver.
We are actually looking at seeing this tractor.
Welcome into Ranimal Media.
But they have a lot of areas that they could take pretty soon, within maybe even the 5. It is interesting to see that the CHP is so far not engaged in this pursuit. Scott, you're overhead. You're seeing where they're going. Again, very light traffic for 10:50, just before 11 a.m. But again, we are following this pursuit. It's very dangerous. I don't know what vehicle is going up beside it and almost about to pass it. Is that a CHP officer?
It says that there's a passenger held against the wheel. So I guess it just didn't jump out when they could have.
Up very quickly,
yeah.
And it's almost like CHP was saying, I want to get a look inside the vehicle. I want to get up there and see what we're dealing with in case CHP takes over. I only see that one. That also, I think that's the undercover vehicle right there, which is unusual too. You see that silver vehicle? That might have been one of the vehicles I've seen this whole time, and maybe they're trying to drive by and get a look. It looks like the vehicle that was an undercover vehicle that we saw initially behind all Fontana PD cars. I don't know for sure, but that certainly could have been.
Welcome into Ranimal Media.
Get a look, and then the CHP came up very quickly. We've heard that CHP's been notified, and then we saw the CHP there. You can see him speeding up and driving by the semi. The CHP could be thinking there's very little traffic here on the 91 freeway. Headed eastbound. We're crossing over the 5. Maybe they're going to try and get up ahead and deploy the spike strip. They can do that if they can control the traffic, or if he stays on the shoulder, they can get a unit hiding behind a sign or behind a vehicle and then throw out the spike strip in front of that semi. So that's a good possibility. The reason that's possible is the suspect is driving at a much slower rate than the speed limit. So unless a vehicle comes up and passes,
they are all passing
him.
That's
why I thought that other undercover vehicle or vehicle that went by was undercover, because nobody's going to cross all these police officers and then drive by that semi. There are 5 or 6
that is true.
units. There's a CHP unit, and so if you're going to drive that close, more than likely you're involved. But you got another CHP unit you're going to see here in just a moment coming up at an extremely high rate of speed. Open up out of your shot.
And there was another one that
flying
passed
by right there.
Yeah, there's a couple that have passed by.
There's a silver van-looking thing right there.
They're just trying to figure out what they can. Obviously, there's not a lot of things they can do. One freeway. They're still headed eastbound. They're going to come back up on Brookhurst here in a moment.
Viewer discretion is always advised on Ranimal Media.
So we're just going to have to keep an eye on this and see what happens. But the speeds haven't been erratic, and that's good news as far as safety is concerned. But as far as the strategy, it's going to be interesting exactly what they try to do here, whether CHP takes over or Fontana just continues to follow.
Right, and just
all those guys got swimming pools. That's crazy.
Pull this vehicle over. Again, we do have Bruce Thomas on the line as well. Bruce, we are seeing the CHP possibly getting engaged in this. At least we see more activity with the CHP. But now it looks like this driver is going to be taking the Brookhurst Road exit from the 91 East. I don't know how they end up the jockeying between the agencies, Bruce. What do you think the CHP, their watch commanders, obviously watching this? You see the passenger side door. Every time this tractor sort of starts to stop, that door opens. But when that driver actually pulled over, probably about 10 to 15 minutes ago, that passenger did not get out of the vehicle. So I'm not quite sure why their behavior is what it is right now. But again, Bruce,
I'd imagine he could have.
We have the Fontana Police Department. We also have the CHP kind of doing a real fast flyby almost to take a look inside. What do you think they're coordinating right now?
Well, I think what CHP was doing, what we've seen the last couple of freeway pursuits, is they clear traffic for an operational area for the spike strip deployment. So I think that's what their plan was. Unfortunately, the suspect got off the freeway and is back on surface streets. But as Scott said, I'm very perplexed too why they haven't handed it off to a local jurisdiction who's familiar with the area in case it does go to a foot bail or even a barricade situation. They're going to have to call in.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, well, we're seeing the driver taking a right here from Brookhurst onto La Palma Avenue. Again, this is in the West Anaheim area. You can see from SkyMap 7, which is such an incredible resource we have on board Air 7. Bruce, again, now they're look like they're popping back onto the freeway as SkyMap 7 sort of, it looks like the 5 they're going to be getting on. And of course, this is a very heavily traveled artery in our area.
Yeah, CHP, if they're going to deploy a spike strip, is going to have to control the traffic. And that's going to take at least maybe 3 or 4 units. Are they in position? It seems like they were in the beginning of this. earlier before he got off the freeway. So I think CHP is going to get back involved again.
Yeah, but it's changing freeways. But again, Scott, you're right there. It looked like they were on the 5, but they might be taking that 91 again.
No, they're on the 5 northbound. There was on the 91 east, got off at Brookhurst, and got off just in time because the 2 or 3 CHP
Silver
vehicles
car
that sped
speeding.
by this vehicle on the 91, a quarter mile up ahead, they had the units on the shoulder, and they were getting ready to throw out the spike strip. It's much easier to control traffic behind a pursuit like this when the suspect's driving way below the speed limit, because nobody really, for the most part, are they going to allow
Come
to
in
move up
to
behind
Ranimal
them.
Media.
And then you have a lot of room in front of you.
How's
right?
everybody
Because all the
doing this
traffic
evening?
traveling faster
Today?
than the suspect is pulling away,
For me,
and they try and stop
it's
all the other
evening
vehicles
time,
moving up and
nighttime.
passing this one. We're on the 5 northbound, and you know we went
Let
through
me
this
know where
area,
you guys are
about
watching
30
from
minutes ago,
and what time it is
the
for you
same
guys.
area, and traffic was
Let me know in the
stopped, but it
comment
was
spots
thinned out
below.
just that time of the
I
morning,
appreciate it.
where all of a sudden now, later in the morning, the 5 freeway doesn't look too bad. We're on the 5 northbound, crossing the 91. Pull out of this shot just a little bit, if you would, Josh. You'll see the helicopter down below on the bottom of your screen there. Keep an eye. But you also have these 5 or 6
Ranimal Chopper 1
7
in the air.
Fontana PD units still on this, and they are relentless. There's not much they can do but follow along at this point in time. They're trying to stop all traffic behind the suspect from continuing past them. Every now and then I'll see
Hope
a vehicle,
you don't
though,
get stuck
and I'm
in
just
traffic.
astonished that they really think they're going to go in between these PD cars and get in front of them. But right now we're on the northbound 5. We're still in Fullerton. We're headed up into Buena Park. And it wouldn't surprise me if the suspect gets off the freeway once again at this spot and then makes himself back to the area that he was earlier. I'm sure that's the off-ramp there. I think we got off on this off-ramp earlier. It might be Artesia, if I'm not mistaken. We were on La Palma for a moment, then back on Brookhurst. So we are seeing a pattern, and when you see patterns, it is easier to set up.
Watch out, coming through, watch out.
Happen, you can think, well, if he heads back to the same spot, we'll get a
Oh,
unit behind
God.
with a spike strip and maybe throw it out. So that will help. But besides that, I don't see that there's much in the way of strategy to stop this until the suspect gives up or runs out of fuel.
Yeah, you were just saying something. I was
Runs out of
for
fuel.
Producer, as we get ready for the 11 a.m. newscast. Again, you are watching a special edition of Eyewitness News at 11. But
Watching a special edition of Ranimal Live.
These,
I appreciate it, everybody.
I mean, they are long haul. These vehicles are meant for long haul rides, and they could have been completely full, and we don't know exactly what is going on. I feel for the CHP who on the 5 and on the 91 trying to figure out, is this driver going to go back onto the freeway, and if they're trying to get ahead of it, it's very complicated.
45. Yeah, and we're back in the same spot. If you've been with us for a while, then you've seen the semi turn onto Commonwealth before. And it's not far from here, that spot where the semi drove by a surface street. I forget the name of that street, but it was in a residential area almost. And we had half a dozen people come out and try and get their attention.
He's back over there again?
So it's hard to believe
that doesn't
they
make
were
any
just out
sense.
because of social media and knew he was heading in that direction. So we
Well,
could
there's
see
people
there's
out
some
there
people
now.
out on the street there. This could be the same spot we were at before. Boy, they want to get out, or they want to grab something from that vehicle or put something on top.
They grabbed something.
Grab something. What do you get?
I believe.
Oh my goodness, we never see
The
this.
Bearcat got him.
That was a SWAT vehicle that just slammed
Bearcat
into
pit
the semi
maneuvered him.
beside.
That was cool.
Came out of nowhere. We didn't even see that vehicle. We
That
hadn't
was
known
cool.
it was here, and they came in and just slammed
That
on the
was
side
cool.
of that semi.
Smash
with
that
their
like,
armored
everybody.
vehicle. So now you have 2 vehicles, and they're both really heavy. I'm not sure. I've never seen it, but maybe they can do a pit maneuver with that armored vehicle. If the semi tries to make a turn at a slow enough rate of speed,
That was cool.
and they can get behind it and hit the rear, they can
That
get it to
was
spin
cool.
out. There's no way with the center of gravity on a semi like this, a tractor portion, that it's going to overturn as long as it doesn't have too high a rate of speed. But if he comes up behind it right now and he makes a turn and he can tap him right in the rear of the vehicle,
He definitely came out of nowhere with that thing. That was
There
cool.
was a vehicle in that intersection.
That was a cool surprise.
That's extremely dangerous.
That woke
Wow,
Ranimal up.
that came out of nowhere. I did not see that coming when the armored vehicle slammed into that semi.
That was unbelievable. That came really.
Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to Ranimal Media. I do appreciate it.
To do a pit maneuver,
Thank
or at
you.
least get so involved with.
Thank you very much.
But now you have that armored vehicle following this tractor,
Fontana?
but again, it's very,
For our
very
Ranimals
interesting.
videos.
Again, I want to
I appreciate
welcome
it.
our viewers. You are watching Eyewitness News at 11 a.m. I'm Colleen Sullivan. Philip Palmer is also with us. You obviously know Scott Reif is with us, as well as Bruce Thomas.
Open up a little bit.
We're following this pursuit. We've been following for a good part of the last 40 minutes or so, 45 minutes, where
That Bearcat is on his tail.
This is a stolen tractor.
Oh, there was a cool white car back there in that parking lot.
Have been confirmed from the CHP that there is a passenger who's being held against their will. Now you're seeing this. They exactly, Scott. You know, Philip, if you want to join us.
Well, I was going to say we learned a lot in the last couple of minutes. One of which is I don't know that that person is being held against their will, given the fact that they
circles around the block.
grabbed something.
We passed that building a few times now.
That might have changed things, and we've seen that they are ready to stop this chase. As Scott zoomed in a moment ago, you can see the damage done to one of the fuel tanks on the back from where the SWAT vehicle hit it. On the other side, Scott, we could see that it basically crushed that tank.
Yeah, but we didn't see anything come out of it, so we
No,
didn't
if it's
see it
empty,
lose a lot of fuel.
Yeah, if it was already empty, who knows?
We're back in the same spot, though, Philip, and, you know, we're following along, just watching the
Oh yeah, the fuel tank on now. One side's mangled.
It wasn't behind him. Out of nowhere came that armored vehicle and slammed right into the side. Obviously, they were hoping they could have done enough damage right there or pinned the vehicle, so this would have been over. But we're in a residential area now. This is really frightening.
Please smash that like button, everybody. Definitely share this video.
We don't see high rates of speed, but
share my other videos. I do appreciate it.
Expected a semi-tractor and expect it to stop real quick. Here might be a pit maneuver. I really believe they're thinking about it. They just need an area that is safe, and then that semi-tractor to make a turn at a slow enough rate of speed where they can hit it from behind and get that spun out, and then hopefully get them to stop. But boy, certainly, Philip, you can't get this to stop. If they want to continue on, they can go back through vehicles. They can continue up onto the sidewalk.
They need to get another Bearcat in front of him. Play chicken with him.
Strategy, a pit maneuver, or even ramming that tractor.
Well, that's the thing. Clearly, at a high rate of speed, this vehicle would cause a lot of damage. But even at very, very low speeds, it can just plow through things. I'd like to show that video one more time that we were just looking at. This is what I'm talking about see how he reached out and he got back in. So that's what
don't know what he picked up.
This is no longer a person against their will. He is
maybe a cell phone.
Now, I could be wrong. Clearly, he could have been coerced to do that. But
yeah,
something was
forced
on
him
the
on
roof
up.
of that vehicle that he very specifically reached out, got it, and that's when they took their shot. Is when they tried to move him over. But now, if Bruce is still around, you know,
that's
Bruce,
crazy.
That gives the person in the cab of that truck an idea as to also what the police are thinking. When they
looked
go
like a
that
cell phone or
aggressively to
something.
try to get him to stop.
Yeah, Philip, you know, I have actually never seen a ramming with a Bearcat like that before, but I think what they've determined is there's no way to stop this big rig cab with that. I mean, you can't do a pit maneuver with a regular police car, so having a Bearcat is what they need.
Here we go, Bruce. We're going to interrupt you and go back to Scott.
They pinned them in. That's an undercover vehicle. They're out of their cars. Their guns are going to be drawn. They have them pinned somewhat, but with a semi-tractor like that, if he puts it in reverse, he'll just push those vehicles behind him away. But right now, they've got him surrounded. The Bearcat pulled in front just moments ago. We're at Franklin and Beach Street in the Anaheim area. And at least for now, what we have is a standoff. And we haven't seen the suspects try and drive that vehicle ever since the Bearcat pulled in front. You see the undercover vehicles.
There's a guy in the turret of the Bearcat pointing the gun at him in the driver's seat.
They know who this individual is. They're not going to let him get away. They're not going to let him make a run for it. I have, suspect that this is a hardened criminal. They've been following and they want, and they're going to take him into custody. And right now we just have a standoff. But look at all the Fontana PD officers. And he's getting out. The door is opening right now. It's a critical moment.
Scott, you may not be able to see it, but the passenger is also out, hands up.
Right.
So that person on the other side is out right now, and then now they're trying to get to the driver.
Yeah, and this is a critical moment right now when the driver gets out. They don't know what they're dealing with, but if this driver makes a sudden move, They have guns drawn on this individual, and right now it looks like he is cooperating with their commands. He's probably going to back up, maybe open his shirt up or pull it up to make sure there's nothing in his waistband, but more than likely he'll be down on the ground here in a moment. And at this
Two
point
more
in time,
bad guys
we don't know what
down.
they think about the passenger, if that's a suspect or if that is someone, as we mentioned,
This dog wants to bite him so bad.
That will depend on how they treat that individual, but they have to get that person in custody. They have, and now you can see they're moving on to
the crazy, crazy stuff, everyone. Thank you guys for all joining me. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Ranimal Media. I do appreciate it.